Check 1 2, check 1 2, check. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a beautiful cold night in Fraser, Michigan. You know, when the snowflakes start falling, it's hockey season, even though it's been hockey season here in the FPHL for quite some time. Of course, you know me, I'm Ben Salagi, joined again with Brady Beaton, and we're going to do a little change-up on you tonight. The World Series may be over, but we're going to throw a little curveball at you. Brady will do play-by-play tonight, so I'm going to hand over the broadcast to Brady, and he'll take you the rest of the way. Brady.
Well, I'm glad to be back. Had to take a little hiatus, had a few other things to finish up, but glad to be back here at Big Boy Arena. And this is a very interesting matchup, Ben, and we'll have you talk about it. Danbury comes into this game with a very nice record, 7-0-1. However, they haven't had a big variety of opponents. Neither have the Rockers. And both these teams are built in a little bit of a different way. But, Ben, I think not just here but around the league, this is kind of a prove-it weekend for some teams. Who's going to separate themselves from the pack and who's going to have a little bit of work to do.
Oh, but definitely. You have Columbus that's pacing the Continental Division right now with 20 points. Motor City right behind him with 17. But, of course, Port Huron right there at 17 as well. So three teams in the Continental all in the hunt. You can't forget about Carolina. They're in fourth place, but they only have 15 points. So any night, you can get 3 points with a win. It can flip on an instant. And then you look at the Empire Division, Danbury leading the pack with 21. Binghamton has 19, so they're pacing the pack. Next team up in third place is Watertown with 10. But, yeah, you're right. Right now, especially between these two teams, it's not only a good test, but it's a good separation. And if you can get a win here, maybe get a split here, it definitely changes the dynamics of the standings.
Well, and you look at out of the 8 games, 4 of them have been against the bottom 2 teams in the Empire, Delaware and Elmira. Both of them combined have just one regulation win between them. So coming on the road, in a road team that doesn't have their full lineup, Ben, as most teams experience with the Fed, some more than others, home teams are different than road teams. And while this Danbury team on the road is missing a big piece tonight and this weekend.
They are. They're missing a very big piece. And, you look at what he's done all year, Dustin Gisso leading the league with a plus-minus of 15. The fact, and also game-winning goals this season, he has 3 of them. He's a big, big piece, but he doesn't travel. This isn't the only time he hasn't traveled. He didn't travel to Carolina as well. So you're right. The rosters are a little bit different, but it also allows guys that are begging for that opportunity to show something, to maybe show something if you're willing to get on a bus and travel across state lines.
Well, and a chance to show something, because this is only the second road trip as well for Danbury. They split in Carolina. Their only blemish was against Carolina. Motor City coming into this game after a road split at Binghamton. And Ben, I know you look at the games and you feel like maybe Motor City let one get away in Binghamton, but if you get a chance to split on the road, hey, do that now. Take care of business at home.
Yeah, that's definitely what you want to do, right? And you nailed it right on the head, Brady. We've seen what Motor City has done on the road. They went to Watertown, they split there, but they probably should have walked away with 2 games, right? You look at last weekend against Binghamton, it's a little bit tougher. They did have a 3-2 lead in the third. They gave up 4 goals in the first game in the third period. But the good news is, really quickly, before we turn it over to the PA announcer, the second game they learned from their mistakes. Still gave up 4 goals in the third, but they got one back and they won in a shootout. So it was
absolutely.
Nice.
Both these teams built a little different, but we'll talk about it after the starting lineups and national anthem. You are watching Motor City Rocker Hockey here on the Motor City Rockers YouTube page. Welcome back to Big Boy Arena here in Fraser, Michigan. Moments away from puck drop here between the Motor City Rockers and the Danbury Hat-Tricks. But first, let's go over to Ben for our starting lineups, brought to you by Rock City Logistics. For a quote on all your global shipping needs, including LTL, rail, flatbed, and more, please visit rockcitylogistics.com. Ben, the starting five for both sides.
Yeah, let's start with Danbury, shall we? In net, number 35, Brian Wilson will be manning in between the pipes. The men in front of him will be Kyle Gonzalez and Xavier Abdallah. And then the front line will be Brendan Shaheen, Luke Richards, and Zach Pamelayan. That's the front line for the Hat-Tricks. And then now for the Rockers. In between the pipes, he needs no introduction. Number 72, should be playing in the SPHL, Trevor Babin out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The men in front, number 4, Josh Colton from Los Angeles, California. Number 73, Ryan Rotundi from Port Huron, Michigan. And then the front line, we have Scott Koch, Ross Bartlett, and Declan Conway.
So, Ben, as I mentioned before, the national anthem and the introductions, these two teams built very differently. Motor City, very even scoring. Danbury, a little top-heavy with their scoring.
Definitely a little top-heavy, but they do have a couple of players tonight in Luke Richards and Johnny Ruiz that can get goals. And, of course, we mentioned Dustin Jousseau is not going to be playing as he did not travel with the team. So there is scoring available, but the Rockers, by design, like to get scoring from multiple guys. They don't want that top-heavy guy that you can just shade and exit out of a game. They want to make sure goals come from anywhere and anywhere.
Both sides trying to jockey for position. Puck in the neutral zone. Rotundi has it at the center ice line. Back in his own zone. Gets the pass right back near his own bench. Diagonal pass. Banks off the boards. Dumping it deep into the zone for Motor City. Played by the netminder for Danbury. Motor City trying to establish possession early. Feeling out process. Possibly numbers the other way. Diagonal dump hits high off the glass, chasing down into the corner. Battle for it. A couple of white jerseys, one orange, and it was Clouston that comes away with it. Center ice. Far side, poke checked away. Makema back in his own zone, bounces in front of the Rockers bench. And neither side really able to get much possession here early as puck goes into the Rockers bench, and we have our first whistle of the contest.
Yeah, you're right, Brady. It's something that the Rockers have been working on all week. It's just been fundamentals, right? You go try to get tape-to-tape passing, try to make sure that it's crisp. We saw an opening night they had that problem, but they have resolved it for the most part. And, of course, when you're facing a good team like Danbury, they can get that forecheck, get that poke check going, and that's what we saw in the first couple of minutes.
Face off right in front of us in the neutral zone. One back by Ryder. Motor City looking to establish. Long pass chasing Gonzalez. Still deep in the Danbury zone, far hash marks. Long send across Marchizan, one of the newer hat tricks, and a whistle. I believe they're saying it hit out of play. We'll get another face-off.
Yeah, you have a couple of players for Danbury leaning over the bench. I believe it touched one of their gloves.
Let's see where they take this face-off. I believe they'll go back into the Danbury end, and that is where they'll go. Ryder will take the draw for Motor City. He will face Lugo. Tie up in the near corner. Horseshoes around, picked up. White Duck, a long pass, misses everyone, and icing is called. And another face-off deep in the Danbury end.
Yeah, that pass was intended for Michael Marchand, but it was a good job by the Rockers to shade him, make sure the stick couldn't touch the puck, get the face-off back 200 feet, just perfect. Perfect bailing on the defense, perfect covering. It's what you like to see. No, Coach Swider preaches that in practice. Good execution there in the neutral zone.
Bartlett again. Clean win off the draw to Sufferdini. Takes his time into the low corner. Rims around. Pass out in front. Weird deflection, and it'll go all the way back down to Babin. He'll play it. Babin leaves for Sufferdini. Setting up the breakout. Koch races across the blue line. Tries to chip across the red. Taken away by Ruiz. Ruiz into the Rockers zone. Can't get around another defender. Sufferdini did a good job breaking up that rush.
Sufferdini's had a good weekend last weekend, getting a good early start here.
Flurry of shots, save, one blocked, ends up in the near corner. Colton tries to send it out, bounces to the near stick of Koch. Koch over the red line, sends to Bartlett at the blue. Returns to Koch, poked away. Nice defensive job by Kodiak White Duck for Danbury. Colton along the far boards just slashes at the puck, trying to keep it deep in the hat trick zone. A flip up and out as Ruiz winds up, takes a big slap shot, hits in and out of the glove of Babin, is able to recover and freeze it. 7:13 to go in the first period, still scoreless early in this opening stanza. Danbury hat tricks and the Motor City Rockers.
One thing I do like seeing that the Rockers have done, and Coach Brown is a more fundamental defensive-minded coach, but he does that because he likes puck control. And what we're seeing so far in the D zone for the Rockers, good puck control. They got a little bit of puck luck when it bounced off the official to get that breakout going a few moments ago, but they're playing pretty well.
For Danbury, a quick shot and another save, this time sticking in the glove of Babin. Good look for Sheehan, but Babin, he's been good in net just about all season long. They've been using him a lot early in the season, and it's been paying dividends.
Yeah, he's second in the league in save percentage at 92.4%. I joked he should be in the SPHL. We love him here. He's a good goaltender. We don't want him to go because if you have a good goaltender, you can win in any league. But, yeah, Babin's been special.
Giuliano flips up for Makima. Makima races behind the Danbury net. Again, not able to establish control either side as the puck's flipped and out of play. And I believe we will get our first power play of the game. Let's wait for the official. I believe we'll get a delay of game. 16:49 to go in the first period. Are they going to say it was tipped? Now they will send Luke Richards to the sin bin. And this power play and every power play tonight is brought to you by Digital Macomb Indoor Billboards. Reach over 100,000 people in just 1 month all around Macomb County by visiting digitalmacomb.com. And Ben, a chance for Motor City to get on the board early.
Yeah, Motor City leads the league in the power play percentage. They're doing a good job. They've been working on it. Let's see if they can convert here.
Sufferdini, left circle, returns to White. White, far side, Koch. Koch pressured, backhand, Sufferdini tips it deep. Sufferdini chases after it along with a fellow Rocker. That was Declan Conway. Back at the blue line, returning to Conway. Conway walks it up, fires, blocked over the net. Danbury gets it, has a chance to take it out, and it stays in. Good effort by Ian White, former Red Wing, in the right wing circle. Backhand hit off the skate of Gonzalez into the corner. Motor City with a lot of pressure 40 seconds into this power play.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job. They've been working on a 1-3-1. They're not doing that right now. It's kind of an expanded diamond, but they've been trying to get the 1-3-1 to work and see what they can get here.
Ryder races back into the Danbury zone, leaves it for White, shot, and it hits off the face mask of the netminder Wilson. Far side again, White reloads it, hit a stick and misses wide right. Motor City with a lot of pressure, 51 seconds left to go in the man advantage, 15:38 to go in the opening period. Looking for our first goal. White to Conway. Conway backhand pass behind the net. Good defense from Danbury. They're pressure, very aggressive on this power play, or this penalty kill rather.
Yeah, Danbury doing a good job keeping Motor City out to the sides. That's where you want them. You don't want them in the slot. That's where they're dangerous.
Coach fires on net, patted away almost to the stick of Conway, couldn't get it cleanly. Cross ice pass to Coach, just 21 seconds left to go on the delay of game here early in the period. Bartlett with the puck. Motor City spent the entirety of this power play inside the Danbury blue line. Down to 10 seconds, almost poked away. Far side, in close backhand, and no goal! Oh, it rang off the goalpost, and that will do it for a stressful first penalty kill for Danbury. Still on the attack, Bartlett backhand pass, can't find Conway. Now Danbury finally out of their own zone. They can get some fresh legs on the ice.
Yeah, one thing I liked seeing on that power play, though, Ian White getting more comfortable in the systems, peppering the net when he could, just pushed a couple wide.
Ruiz tries a fancy stick handle, gets poked away, and Ben, one thing a lot of coaches will say is a shot gets patted away. Don't be results-based, be process-based, and if you have a lot of power plays like that, you're going to end up scoring more often than not.
Yeah, and one thing, Ian White, you can tell he's getting comfortable because last weekend he had 3 assists in the win against Binghamton. He had 1 assist in game 1, but he had 3 in game 2. He's getting comfortable. He's been the man at the point, firing hard shots like he did in the NHL. It's what you want. You can't push them wide.
Errant pass causes an icing, 13:57 to go in the opening period. Still scoreless, but Motor City on the attack thanks to that power play, but give Danbury credit. It was bend, don't break. They had the puck in the Danbury zone for a while. Didn't get a ton of quality chances, though.
No, like I said, Danbury did a very good job pushing them out to the outsides, forcing bad shots from the outside, and when it did come out to the point, looks like we're going to have our media timeout, but once Danbury, lost basically what they wanted to do was pin to the wall. We saw a couple of times where the puck came into the slot, that shot was pushed wide. White was able to walk it back in, fire it on net, and that's what you want, though. You want those shooting opportunities for rebounds out in front. And we almost saw Coach get that goal. It just rode the post a little bit and just didn't get in.
Well, the Rockers will be at home for a little while. If you're interested in seeing some more great hockey, having a cold adult beverage and some family fun, the Rockers will be at home again tomorrow against the Danbury Hat-Tricks, a 7 p.m. puck drop. And again, this Wednesday, that's the night before Thanksgiving, against the defending FPHL champion Watertown Wolves. For ticket information and group outing information, please visit mcrockershockey.com/tickets. If you bring your family to the game, you can visit the Genesis Credit Union Kids Zone. There's hockey, cornhole, face painting, and more. It's a great environment for families of all ages.
Oh, yeah. The one thing I love about the Genesis Kids Zone, just added face painting, but you can play mini sticks. There's just a lot to do, and if you're good, they even have candy treats that parents don't even have to pay for. So if you're good, you get a little reward in the Kids Zone, you get a little bit of treat. Not bad. I almost had to steal a little bag of Skittles. I'm a Skittles guy. Love Skittles. Couldn't do it, though.
First game of a 3-game homestand this week for Motor City after returning from Binghamton at the draw. Long pass to Giuliano, can't stay on the tape. And Danbury working the other way. It was Connor Lind defending Giuliano. Has the puck, center ice. It's poked away before he can reach the blue line. You can tell Danbury wants to attack, and they have a quick 2-on-1. A shot off the pad of Babin. That was Sheehan again. Deep in the Rockers zone. Sheehan along the near boards behind the net. Mock looking for somewhere to send the puck. Leaves it behind. Maxkison to the near hash marks. Open at the point. One step. Shot. Blocked. Not sure if that got to Babin. Either way, it's dumped out of the zone, and Danbury will have to reset.
X-ray vision by Babin there. Don't know how he saw it. Maybe it's just a presence of stopping any shot towards the middle, but he was able to get his chest protector on it, kept the goal out.
behind his own goal line. Puck's left back. That's Vaughn Clouston taking his time, assessing Danbury defense. Kuznetsov stands in front of Babin as Clouston takes his sweet time. 12:40 to go in the first period. Still looking for our opening goal as the puck tipped out of play, and we will have what I believe will be a center ice faceoff.
Now people are going to look at that stare down at high noon and be like, move the puck, but it's by design. You want Kuznetsov to force the action, make him make a mistake, get the breakout a little bit easier. You saw the stretch past the Cardinal there at center ice. If he wasn't shaded, you can at least get a good breakout and complete a rush at that point. It's all by design. So you just got to see who blinks first.
Ryder and Ruiz do battle at the center ice faceoff dot. Motor City with possession as it's taken away by Gonzalez. In his own zone, backhand Ruiz up far left side for Bonnell. Bonnell walks in between a trio of rockers, gets a weak shot off. Motor City trying to get it up and out of the zone. Cardinal finds a stick, working up Ryder. Ryder being pressured hard on the near boards. Danbury, they like to make their money defensively, and you can see the pressure they're putting on. Doesn't matter if it's a penalty kill, even strength, as another save by Babin. But this Danbury defense is aggressive.
Yeah, and that's, when we were just talking about it, you don't have your top scorer. You do have a couple of guys that do have double-digit points still on, but you're going to have your defense lead your offense. And I think, Coach McCreary knows that. If you can force a turnover with your defense, get a little bit of an odd man rush. We've seen a couple of attempts so far in this game by the Hat Tricks to do such a thing. Good things can happen. So he's definitely playing to that away roster that we talked about.
Quick shot off the draw, goes high, almost into the rafters, still in play on the near hash marks. A couple of jerseys from either side fighting for it. Slips out to the middle for Conway. Declan Conway, diagonal dump, hits off the boards. Chasing after it, Bartlett. McDonald for Danbury, looking to get it out of the zone. Pass can't find the tape. Motor City in the neutral zone trying to set something up. Colton at the red line, another diagonal dump to the far side. Conway waits for Coach to put some pressure on. Danbury, again, trying to get it out of their own zone. Dowler. Long pass misses the mark, and Ryan Rotundi can't get it past his own blue line. Colton on his own circle. Banks it behind Babin. Coach searching. High flip pass, and it's tipped by Bartlett, but right to the stick of Dowler once again.
It's a good play, though, by Bartlett. Get a tip on it. Make sure it's not going to be ice. You got a full line change behind the play. Just smart.
10:53 to go in the opening period. No score either side. One power play for Motor City. Not a lot of high-quality chances. Up top, Yao. Yao sends across. Quick slapper, patted away into the corner. White Duck firing from the point. Tips it back in. Mock behind his own net on the near side. Yao can't handle it, and it goes back to the Danbury blue line where the Hat Tricks have had a little bit of extended possession here in the middle part of the first period.
Yeah, finally starting to see that offense come through. Getting out of the D-zone's been trouble for the Rockers.
Yao sends it across for White Duck, misses the net entirely. Now at the blue line. Poked back in to the middle, shot and is fanned on it. Oh, Lugo, one of the leading scorers for Danbury, had an all right chance out in front, but couldn't connect. Suffredini on the other end looking for someone to leave the puck to. Instead skates into the circle, pass out in front, net off the moorings. Play goes on. Danbury still has the puck behind their own net, as I believe they got the net back on.
Yeah, the official didn't see that one. That's a good eye, Brady.
Kuznetsov tries to just throw something at the net. It's blocked by Suffredini. Babin just has to paddle it away. Another shot from the left side goes high and wide of the net and ricochets all the way back to the Danbury end. 3:29 to go in the opening period. Still looking for that first goal. Kuznetsov chops at the puck, and that won't avoid an icing. We'll get a whistle with 9:19 to go in the opening period. Still 0-0. And Danbury right now heavily outshooting Motor City 10-3. Motor City maybe a little more patient with their looks, but Danbury's firing everything they can at the net right now.
Yeah, and that's how you're going to beat Trevor Babin. You're going to have to get that rebound look we were just talking about a few minutes ago with Ian White on the power play, right? They're doing the exact same thing, Danbury is. They're firing it from the outside. They want to get that rebound opportunity, get traffic in front of Babin to see if he can blink and to see if they can get one by. They had that one that went center mass save for Babin, so they had a good look. They are peppering a little bit, but they're not high-quality shots. They are shots on goal. They are coming from the outside. You're keeping the slot clean. Everyone's doing their job, clogging up the middle and front. So Babin has an opportunity to get a clean line of sight if it is on the outside, and that's what you want as a goaltender. You want your guys in front to push things out. So one, it's not only a bad angle, but you have less of an angle to cut down. And even though, yes, shots on goal are tilted, it's not as bad as it seems.
Again, out of the 13 total shots, I don't think there was a great scoring chance for either side. There are a lot of decent ones, but none where you went, that should have been a goal.
Well, maybe Koch's one on the near side that just missed, but you're right. I mean, not true, dead to right shots. I would agree with you, Brady, but I will say Koch should have had one. He just, it rode the rail a little bit, and you wish it went under.
Working near the Rocker blue line, jousting for the puck. Ryder comes away with it. Takes it to the center of the ice, now across the blue line. Top of the left wing circle, into the corner. Look for a pass. Believe it was deflected by Gonzalez.
Yeah, the second unit doing a good job so far keeping it in. Go ahead.
Puck being just fought for, and Cardinal gets it in a weak backhand attempt. I think his stick was altered. It's Cardinal fighting for it, getting physical in the corner. Pass to Ryder. Bottom of the right wing circle, loses control of it, and it'll be Bono number 19, Ruiz working the other way. Deep in the Rocker zone. Chipped away by Contrado. Dowler at the Rockers blue line, keeps it in. Dowler walks it up right side, shot off the glove, and knocked away. There are a couple white jerseys out in front. I believe that was number 88, Koch, that was able to get the puck out of harm's way.
Yeah, Kuznetsov almost wanted to do a baseball swing to bat that one back in, but Koch was right there on the spot, made sure it got to the wall. Again, it's those shots, you want those rebounds, because good things like that can happen.
Klauston sends it high off the glass into the Danbury zone. Wilson plays it with the stick, back to the neutral zone. Koch touches up. Motor City has to get back onside in their own zone. To the neutral ice. Chipped back to Motor City's way. Rotundi shovels it behind Babin. Colton, long diagonal, rink-wide pass. Rotundi ends up with it. Again, a pass off the mark as Conway had a little shove for McDonald on the near side. And Ben, right now, both sides defensively making life hard for the other side's offense.
Yeah, it's one is definitely a design system, and like I mentioned previously, the other is by roster construction, right? If you have good defense and good puck control.
And Bartlett almost had a highlight reel goal. What a toe save by Wilson. Bartlett trying to reload, and a blind pass goes to McDonald. That was the first great opportunity for either side as the puck goes to neutral ice. Danbury working the other way.
Yeah, how do you like that baby toe save by Wilson?
He barely got his toe on that puck. Pass across, deflected, stays in play. 6:49 to go, opening period. Neither side has found Twine yet. Lugo from just inside the blue line, weak shot. Struggled to handle a bit by Babin, able to recover very quickly. Freezes it once again. We'll have another face-off.
Yeah, but you're right, though. Ross Bartlett, one thing we love about Ross, not only is his tenacity, but he has great feet. You saw that on the scoring opportunity, was able to deke around, got a good, collecting the puck, kept it close to the stick, almost got a great goal there. Ross does a good job. He just was just that close to finishing. It was just, again, a baby toe save by Wilson, and still 0-0.
And when you look at that one on film, you go, hey, the other guy's a professional too. Right. He wants to win just as bad as anyone else. That was a heck of a play by Wilson. Giuliano chasing after the puck, picked up by Yao. Jared Yao sends a long pass to Mock. Mock pinned up against the board, turns it over as Ryder, tries to kick it to himself. Mock horseshoes it around the boards. Marchesson battling for it. Someone trying to come away with it. Eventually, it is Lynn. Shot in close, never makes it to the net. Picking it up, Yao. Yao blocked first shot. He picks it up again, left wing circle. Pass in front, and he misses wide of the net. Oh, Evan Lugo had a chance to get Danbury on the board, and Ben, he just missed.
Yeah, he missed because Dante Suffredini helped Babin out. Dropped down to a knee, cut off the angle. He had to push it wide. That's all Suffredini right there.
5:42 left to go in the opening period. Both sides have had chances to get on the board. Neither have converted. Cardinal chases after Yao. Yao leaves far side for Lind. Lind battling in the far corner. Pressure being put on by Ryder. Near board, slap shot from Clouston. Never gets off the ice, misses wide right. Rebound all the way back into the neutral zone. Motor City will reset. Long feed pass. Cardinal has a breakaway, shoots, and another deflection by Wilson. Second 1-on-0 opportunity for Motor City, and they can't convert. 5 minutes to go in the first period, and Ben, we still haven't gotten that goal.
No, and you just saw the frustration. Tommy Cardinal just took it out there at center ice.
Icing called on Danbury. 4:57 to go. We'll have our final media timeout of the first half. And remind you, I told you about some of the games going on. We have a can drive for the Saturday and Wednesday games benefiting the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry. You get $2 off each ticket when you bring 3 or more of non-perishable food items. Please try to avoid glass, just normal canned food, and vouchers will be given to you when you come in. So you can do a little good, see some hockey, have some fun this weekend, because Ben, like you said in the pregame, the weather's starting to turn and starting to really feel like hockey season.
Oh yeah, you get that nice little forward walk that we have to do in Michigan against the wind, but you see the snow falling. I personally like it. I love all 4 seasons. I know some people are like, they see the snow, they hate it, but it's hockey weather. It's also football weather, but it's hockey weather. The temperatures are turning. You want to come into the rink, play, or maybe Thanksgiving if it's still this cold, come back through. But yeah, where would you rather be? Honestly, where would you rather be?
The FPHL is a very fun product, and they're really starting to establish themselves, stabilize the league, and more teams are getting more and more competitive. 2 of the top teams in the league right now going at it with Danbury and Motor City. Pass to the neutral zone, misses everything. Picked up by Koch. Near side Rotundi. Just chipped in by Conway. Danbury will have a chance in their own end to reset. Lind. Pass, and Colton putting a lot of pressure on McDonald. Back behind the net for Abdullah. Loose puck. Picked up again by Ruiz. Ruiz pickpocketed. Teammate there to pick it up and attack. Kuznetsov. Shot from a bad angle, but it almost beat Babin. Post saved him. Turnover. Long pass. Bartlett. Left wing circle, and again the aggressive defense from Danbury forces Motor City to reset. 4:05 to go in the first, still 0-0.
Yeah, doing a good job with that bail, protecting that 50 feet of neutral ice. Doing a good job of it as they dump it right back in.
Behind Babin, trying to get the puck out, and unsuccessfully Sheehan. Centering pass, won't go. In the near corner by the hash marks. Puck squirts out. Getting it out of harm's way was Rotundi. Flips up in the air, Rotundi again. Trying to get the puck out, Giuliano as well. Either side having a good time possessing the puck. Pass far side, McDonald. Shot doesn't make it to Babin. Colton tried to dump it out. Bad angle, picked up by Giuliano. He does not have numbers. He'll just slowly dump the puck in deep to get a few fresh legs on the ice for Motor City.
Yeah, you see though that Danbury just was keeping 3 guys back near the blue line, ready to bail at a moment's notice. You know that they don't want to put the pedal on the metal just yet.
Roman Gaudet taken down as he loses possession near the blue line. Danbury attacking the other way, McDonald. Left side, rebound attempt, backhand, it's still loose. Babin didn't know where it was for a minute. Usually that was Matchison on the shot, but either way, Babin didn't know where the puck was, and that's a scary feeling for a goalie when you see him looking around.
Yeah, you feel it hit the pad, but you don't feel it anymore. You start getting your head on a swivel. You hope for good things, and guess what? Thanksgiving and Christmas are right around the corner. Good things happen during the holiday season.
Cardinal turns up top, pass down low for Ryder. Shot blocked off the stick of Clouston, and Danbury will clear. 2:26 to go in the opening period. Both defenses and netminders holding strong. And
it's going to be an icing, so they can't change.
All right, we'll get an icing. For a second, I thought he was signaling for a cross check.
No.
But he was pointing to 2 people saying, You're both getting back on the ice.
He saw Kuznetsov, jump the bench. And he's like, nope, can't cross yet.
Koch taking the draw against Lugo. Chipped out of the zone.
Now you can change.
Walking the puck in for Motor City. Giuliano. Shot from the right, that was Koch from the right side. Well, chasing White to Koch. Koch turns, fires, and it's blocked. Dowler back there. In neutral ice. Long pass, Ruiz. Ruiz looking for a wraparound. Got it poked away. White sticking to him. Turned over. Conway over center ice. Now the blue line. Gets around a defender, but the puck goes into the corner. Not a high chance opportunity as again Conway pinned to the boards.
I was going to say on that bail, though, that was all Ian White as he gets the puck right here. Caught the angle, good pursuit angle.
Pass across, Suffredini walks in, backhand, no rebound, another save by Wilson. A flurry of shots, and Wilson stands tall once again. 84 seconds left to go in the opening period. Still zeros on the scoreboard.
Another good look. Just got to bang home those rebounds.
Colton lost possession of it. Nice job by Gonzalez to take the puck away. Shot from outside the blue line goes high and wide of the net. On the near boards, we approach a minute left to go in the opening period. Diagonal dump hits Rotundi. Rotundi tries to flip up and out. Sheehan almost had a chance out in front. Motor City looking for one more rush. It's Gaudette over the blue line. Pass out in front. Can't get through. A pair of hat trick sticks. And the rush ends as soon as it started. Forecheck on for Motor City Gaudette. 34 seconds to go. Shot from Rotundi. Deflected into the far corner. And Danbury will try to get a rush before the period ends. It'll be slowed down by an offside. And we have a whistle as you had John McDonald tied up. You had Zach Parmaleon tied up with Elias Thompson. And Thompson will go to the sin bin. And I believe Danbury will end this period on the man advantage. Let's wait for the official word.
Yeah, Elias Thompson was trying to stop. He ended up pushing the Danbury player down. That's what they're going to call him on. Is it ticky-tack? Sure, but it is a penalty nonetheless. The play was already dead. It's extracurricular. It's unsportsmanlike. That's what the call is going to be.
26.4 seconds until the first intermission. Rockers win the faceoff, send it all the way down to the hat trick zone. They just have to get 19 more seconds off the clock before they can reset in the locker room. Taking it up the middle of the ice, Ruiz to the near side. Bonnell sends it in deep. Contrato rings it around the boards. Can't get out. Gonzalez, 3 seconds, just has to fire on net. Leaves it Ruiz. Shot off of Babin, and the buzzer sounds. And after 20 minutes of play, it is Motor City 0, Danbury 0. A period of defense, a period of opportunities, but ultimately a period of no goals.
Yeah, and period of no goals. It's all because of Brian Wilson and Trevor Babin, two top goaltenders in the league. They're showing it. They're staring 180 feet from each other. Who's going to blink first? And that's why you're seeing the shots as they come. So, good goaltending. That's why we're still scoreless, but, the opportunities will be there.
Well, don't have any goals or assists to go over, but our intermission stats are brought to you by Triumph Geared Solutions. Machinist jobs are available right here in Metro Detroit. Visit careers.triumphgroup.com to learn more. Ben, the only stats we can give are shots, and Danbury out shooting Motor City 16-9. Any thoughts on that first period as both sides go to the chalkboard and figure out how to get that elusive first goal?
Well, with two good goaltenders, how you beat them is on the rebound. And I do like what both teams are doing. Motor City has to do a little bit better job screening the goaltender. Brian Wilson has been able, when it's been a shot from the outside, if you're going to crash the net. And that's the only way you're going to beat good goaltenders is on rebound goals. We did see a couple of good opportunities. Ross Bartlett was able to deke in. Cardinal, dead to rights. It was a one-on-one, tried to go glove side, but Wilson, when you're one-on-one with a good goaltender, if you're not deking, he's going to guess you're going to go glove side. He's going to shut you down there. I would like Motor City to keep trying to pepper the net, crash the net for that rebound opportunity, because dirty goals are going to win this game, not opportunities like deking and getting into the slot will win this one for you.
Well, we will take a break. When we come back for the second period, Danbury will be on the man advantage for a minute 33. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Motor City Rocker Hockey's here on the Motor City Rockers YouTube page. And welcome back to Big Boy Arena as we finish up this first intermission. Still 0-0 here in Fraser, but Ben, some interesting scores from around the league. Elmira Watertown was postponed because of the feet of snow in northern New York, but 3 other games going on in the Fed. Why don't we let everyone else know what's going on around the league?
Yeah, Port Huron, our friends up I-94, they're trailing 5-0 against Carolina. And then we look at Binghamton, who we faced last week. They are up 2-0 on Delaware, and then Carolina has a 1-0 lead against Mississippi. So it's really interesting, though, with that Port Huron score. Maybe you'd think they'd sneak a goal or two, but 5-0.
I'll tell you what, in this league, probably more than any other league, hey, they're not traveling like rock stars. They're not traveling like the Red Wings. I've been on some of those buses, Ben. They're not. Some of them are not the most conducive, and if you're running behind a little bit, who knows? Columbus is a long ways away. For those who don't know, Columbus, Georgia is at the southern part of Georgia.
Yes.
It's on the Alabama border, and you're basically at the Gulf of Mexico.
Yes.
So it is not a short drive by any means. So if they got in today, hey, bus legs are a real thing. Danbury's a long way from here. They didn't have as much of an issue in that first period, but there's still a lot of long drives here in the Fed.
I was going to say, bus legs is a thing for broadcasters and players alike. Let me tell you. What's the longest bus ride you've been on, either as a player?
Port Huron to Columbus.
Okay.
And it didn't help that our bus ended up in a ditch in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So that added a few extra hours. I think I was on a bus that weekend. We went down for one game.
Yeah.
And we left on Wednesday night, and I don't think I got home till Sunday afternoon because on the way back there was a flat tire.
So you went in the ditch and got a flat tire?
On the way, yes.
So 2 events.
I think we spent about 40 hours on a bus that weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yes, trust me, I know from experience that Columbus trip is a long one. But both teams coming back out. Yep. Ben still looking for the first goal. Danbury starting on the man advantage. What are you looking for once we get back to full strength?
Well, first off, what I'm looking for is I'm hoping for a power play pelt. Need to get this power play killed. Need to get that kill going. Keep it scoreless, and then you know what? Use that momentum, right? Flip the ice, tilt it down. Again, try to get one of those dirty goals because we know Wilson has been loaned out to the SPHL. He's played in the AHL. Granted, he never actually saw ice action, but he's been loaned all the way up to the AHL. Babin is an SPHL talented goaltender. He hasn't been called up. We like him right where he is. But these 2 goaltenders are very, very good professional goaltenders. They're not like, just because it's the FPHL, people are going to be like, oh, they're not that good. No, these guys are the cream of the crop. They are top 4 goaltenders in the league. It's going to take a dirty goal to beat one of these guys.
Just getting the face-off underway here in period number 2. Rockers have 84 seconds of a penalty kill to get rid of. It's Danbury in their own zone, attacking. Right side, taking it over the line, Lugo. Lugo stops, turns on the far hash marks. Gives up top for McDonald. Gets the return pass, McDonald taking his time. Slow pass, misses Lugo into the corner. Lugo waits for McDonald. A minute left to go on the Danbury man advantage. Shot off the chest, rebound loose, but luckily for the Rockers, Brian Rotundi found it and sent it deep, gave him a chance to get a line change into reset.
Yeah, Dowler had a good deflection in front.
On the other end, sorry to cut you off, but Cade Lambden had a chance. He was knocked to the ice. Good defense from McDonald.
I was going to say, never apologize for action. It happens with the best of us. If I need to stop talking, I'm sure people will be happy about that.
In the corner, Bonnell looking to set it up at the point, does to Gonzalez. Gonzalez returns near side, Kuznetsov, shot tipped, patted away. 18 seconds left to go on the Rockers' penalty kill.
Danbury doing a good job stretching this diamond formation, getting those scoring lanes available.
8 seconds to go, one more chance. Puck misses the stick. Colton fights for it. Down to 5-4-3, and that penalty kill is brought to you by Kustra Law. For all your legal needs around the Metro Detroit area, including getting out of the penalty box, visit KustraLaw.com. And the Rockers get out of the penalty box. Now looking to go on the offensive. Pass in front, and he missed. It was from a tough shot, but Lambden sends it high and wide, but has a chance to get the puck back behind the net. Wants a centering feed, and it hits the side of Ruiz. 18:02 to go in the second period. Neither side has found the back of the net yet, and it's because of the way both sides play defense. Very disciplined so far, and they're not trying to cheat up the ice as much.
No, definitely playing within their D zones respectively. Here's Koch.
Koch shoots, and he gets the rebound behind the net. Koch on the near corner. Pass up front to Safardini. Wanted an extra pass. Couldn't get it to Thompson. Thompson just got out of the penalty box. Pass out in front. Puck still loose. Thompson, and he couldn't find the stick. It rolls safely into the neutral zone, and Ian White touches it back up in his own end. Declan Conway over the red line. Now the blue along the far boards. Racing in, and he's knocked away as he throws a bad angle shot in, but Jared Yao with some good defense.
Yeah, good stick lift, good body sacrifice by Yao, playing tough.
Koch spins around on the far hash marks. Fires a tough angle once again. Looks like Motor City not waiting for the perfect shot, willing to fire it on net a little more after that intermission break. And in their own zone, up for Kuznetsov. Wants it all the way to Marchesson. Returning to his own zone, Yao. Yao cross ice pass to Gonzalez. Long feed and a dump right into the glove of Babin. Didn't like what he saw. He'll take the whistle. 16:41 to go in the second frame. Still scoreless here at Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan.
Yeah, a lot of good shifts there by both teams. Safardini, had a good shift. He, was keeping the play action. He even had a breath of sigh of relief. He was going to the bench. Yao on the other end for Danbury had a very good shift as well. This defense has been absolutely incredible. Both these teams, you can tell why they're near the top of their respective divisions. We might see this down the road.
Ryder with the clean face-off win. Back in their own zone, Clauston. Clauston to Ryder, returns. Long feed hits off the leg of Lambden. Working the other way, blowing a tire was Mock. He might have had a quick opportunity had he stayed on his feet. Near the blue line, Lind. Now across the middle, Mock. Up top for Abdella. Far side, Danbury keeping the puck in. Not a good shot at keeping possession. We have a whistle.
Well, Clauston, I think, wanted a high stick.
I know a few Rockers were calling for a penalty.
I was going to say, usually when you're doing that, you want the play to end, and I think that's what they were looking for, was the high stick. No one was going to touch it. Danbury touches it, resets the play, so that's what it is. Good communication, though, on the ice. Clauston telling everyone, don't touch it. Smart.
16:07 to go in the middle period. Clean win in the offensive zone for Danbury. Near side, walking up, shot, tip, pass. McDonald just threw it on net. A couple different hat trick players out in front. Couldn't tip it past Babin, tipped it wide instead. Deep in their own corner. Motor City trying to get a little relief. Player goes down. I think some of the hat trick players on the bench wanted a penalty, didn't get it. Out to neutral ice. Gives the Rockers at least a moment to catch their breath. There's a deep dump. Babin to Clauston. Clauston spins around behind his own net. Lost the puck for a minute. Contrado comes to clean it up. Banks it back to Clauston. Clauston. Hard pass straight to Contrado. He dives and just flails the stick to get it to neutral ice. And it's chopped all the way up into the rafters. And we will get a whistle. 15:19 to go in the second period. Still scoreless.
Talk about good shifts. Brandon Contrado right there. He was the one who got knocked down in the corner, never gave up in the D zone, was able to play the puck in a good opportunity. We saw him dive at the last second too, get that poke check to get it back to center ice. Heck of a shift by Brandon Contrado. He's going to earn that drink of water and that rest on the bench.
Koch and Ruiz do battle in the dot. Ruiz gets the clean win, and Danbury possesses the puck. To the right side, a shot from well outside the blue line. Caught by Babin. Now an offensive zone draw for Danbury.
I was going to say, we hear that bad music, and I think the scores table is looking for a penalty.
They're going to get Declan Conway.
Yeah, we heard the bad, ominous music. You knew something was coming.
So again, the penalty kill brought to you by Custra Law. For all your legal needs around the Metro Detroit area, including getting out of the penalty box, visit custralaw.com. That's K-U-S-T-R-A Law. And Declan Conway will go to the box for a couple of minutes. And now Motor City on their second penalty kill of the game. Second or first and a half of this period.
Yeah, this one's going to be tripping. And again, get that power play pelt.
Far corner, trying to chop it out, Rotundi. Unable to do so, Rotundi races in the corner again, backhands to Colton. Colton rings around the boards, it kicks out in front. Unlucky bounce for Colton. He tries again to just get it out over the blue line, does. Race for it. Koch won't beat Wilson there. Goalie comes all the way to his own corner to play the puck. An awkward pass, and they almost scored on their own net. Kuznetsov now with it in the right end of the zone for him. Shot padded by Babin, puts the glove on it, but if neither side can beat the goalie, looked like they almost beat themselves. That was a firing pass that if Wilson wasn't on his toes, it might be 1-0.
I thought that actually came off the stick there of Lambden. Lambden had it at the board, fired it right back. But, yeah, Wilson had no idea. He thought maybe Lambden didn't have the opportunity at it right there and was able to make a big save. But, again, that's why these guys are the level of professional goaltenders that they are. They're good. Their head is on a swivel. Peripheral vision is exceptional. We saw it there as well for Babin. So
14-18 to go in the second period. $1:16 left to go in the Danbury man advantage. Danbury now out shooting Motor City 20-12. And Ben, not just for these two franchises, but across the league, it feels like goaltending has improved in the Fed over the last few years. And it seems like each side has a guy, or each team has a guy that they can rely on for the most part, especially the top 5, 6, 7 teams overall in the league.
Yeah, goaltending has gotten really good. Carolina has a good one in Boris Babick. Obviously we've talked about Danbury, having a good one in Brian Wilson, but Columbus has a good one in Brendan Coughlin. We have seen a good goaltender in Watertown as well. So good goaltending all across the league. Goals are hard to come by. That's why you got to get what you can take.
Still no score here at Big Boy Arena. Minute left to go on the man advantage for Danbury. Walking it in left side, turning around. Parmalian up top. Shot, patted away. Rebound, no good. Richards had a shot, just whiffed on it. Hopped over his stick. Sending it deep into the zone. Good clearing attempt, has a half minute left to go. Motor City looking for their second straight penalty kill of the contest.
Really like what Motor City's doing, keeping 3 guys back at center ice, ready for that bail, ready for that line. And they're going to do a good job just keeping them out to the outside, but it went in.
Shot and a goal hit off the side of Babin, and Brendan Dowler gets one. Wasn't the prettiest one, but they count all the same. 1-0 Danbury.
I thought that was going to be a good paddle save there by Babin, but somehow it snuck through. Power play goal, though, for Danbury.
Wasn't anything fancy, just flicked the wrist from the top of the right circle. Babin got most of it, didn't get all of it, and Danbury strikes first on the man advantage. 13:30 left to go in the second period. Now Motor City's chasing one.
Yeah, it's in one of those things. It's one of those shots from the outside, too, right? It's where you want them to take their shots. It's just an unfortunate puck luck that happened. Then again, Motor City had to face puck luck last weekend, too, in Binghamton.
Odd man rush the other way. Koch, left side, fires and he picks the corner! Motor City ties it up just moments later!
14 seconds later, Scott Koch does what he does. This guy's played in the SPHL, too. He likes to pick the top. He picks the top shelf. Good things happen when you reach up high. Got a goal to make it 1-1. Excellent play. And another thing, too, that I like about what Coach did, walked it in. He had options either left or right. Did a little deep, caught Wilson a little flat-footed. That's what opened up that far corner.
Coach got the turnover on his own blue line and just started attacking the 3-on-1. Wilson didn't give a lot of room on the right side, but gave just enough in the top left corner. And, well, Danbury's lead evaporated as quickly as they got it. Now an odd man rush for Danbury. Shot goes wide of the net from Bonnell. In the middle of the zone. Conway, the coach. Coach goes around one defender, but he's sandwiched. Conway, almost a shot between the legs. Someone trying to go in and grab that. Looked like Clouston. Clouston coming up from his defensive position, trying to maybe get that rebound and ride the momentum. Cardinal chips it deep. Danbury going the other way. Ruiz sends across for Bonnell. Cardinal takes the puck away. Rockers, 3-on-3 rush, far side. Pass out in front, doesn't get through. Ryder couldn't find a stick to send the puck to. Contrado, go ahead.
I was going to say, Dowler, who has the puck now, did a good job with his stick to make sure the Rockers didn't get a shot off.
Slap shot in close and a gutsy block by Rotundi. He's slow moving. That was a wind up. That was 100% behind that slap shot, and Rotundi got in the way of it. That one's got to hurt, as you can tell. Just a little slower moving after that block.
Yeah, he's behind the plate, kind of stretching, hoping he's okay. We saw last week Mike Wynn separate his shoulder on a big hit. So you can't be out a defenseman, so you hope he's okay.
Rotundi pinned across the boards, still continuing his shift. Contrado now behind his own net. 11:36 to go in the second period. Knotted at 1-2 goals, 14 seconds apart. Dowler, man who just scored for Danbury. Own zone across the near boards. Gets around one Rocker, now a second. Dowler keeps the puck on his stick longer than he had any right to. Eventually goes down as the puck slips all the way back into the Danbury zone. They reset. McDonald across the red line. Now the blue. Top the right wing circle. Fires wide of the net. In front of his own bench, Lambden, poke checked away. Lind for Danbury to the right side for Marchesson. Colton slaps at the puck. Able to get it just enough to Suffredini. Conway in the neutral zone, 10:45 to go in the second period, tied at 1. Conway tried some fancy footwork, instead loses the puck. Battling forward in the neutral zone, picking it up, Lugo. Lugo straight away to right wing circle, a shot that he didn't get nearly all of. Floats wide of the net, pass out in front, Lugo kicks it to the point, still loose, and eventually Babin swallows it up. Gets a much needed whistle, 10:24 to go in the second, still tied at 1.
Yeah, Dansbury's starting to screen Babin a little bit. They're looking for those deflections. They're shooting high, hoping a stick will deflect it down low and catch him flat-footed. So far, though, Babin's answering the call as we expect.
Both sides sending out a fresh set of skaters. It'll be Ruiz and Makima doing battle to the left of Trevor Babin. Win by Motor City. Flip out from Clouston. Go all the way into the Danbury zone. Will it be icing? It will. And we'll do it over again just a few seconds later. .16 to go in the middle period. Goals just 14 seconds apart. Started with Brendan Dowler on the power play. And then Scott Coach forced the turnover himself, walked it all the way in and picked the top left corner. Only 2 goals of the contest. Giuliano in his own zone. Back behind Babin. Clouston gives near side for Contrado. Contrado waits a moment, as we saw in the first period, setting up the breakout. Contrado near side. Thompson gives back to Giuliano. Giuliano over the blue line. Pass up in front. Makima, if he gets it on the tape, he might have a chance in close.
That was a good transition, though. It's something that, again, those fundamentals that Motor City has been working on all week is getting that breakout going. We saw Elias Thompson doing a great job. What did he do? Turned around at the blue line, allowed the play to come in. It was a good opportunity. Giuliano just couldn't find Makima's stick. And if he does, you're right, could have been a goal. But been working on that, making sure the precision passing is there. We saw a great example for that just right then. And
9:46 to go in the middle period. Deadlocked at 1. Seeing some good goaltending. And if you want to attend an iconic goaltending has clinics here in Metro Detroit for young goaltenders looking to improve their game. Information on private lessons, team skates, and performance analysis can be found at iconicgoaltending.com. That again is iconicgoaltending, all one word, Pregame, Trevor Babin and Brian Wilson have only been beat once tonight, and they have faced a flurry of shots, now officially 23-13 in favor of Danbury. But after about the first 10 minutes of the game, there have been some high quality opportunities.
Yeah, we saw a couple of high quality opportunities in the first period. Both goaltenders stood tall. Second period, a lot more one-on-ones. And I said Dirty Coles were going to win this game. I still think that's going to be the case, but it's surprising that we've seen some goals, one from the outside. I think that's a little bit of puck luck for Danbury, but you need that to win hockey games too. That's not a slight on them, but it was a great goal by Koch right there high in the slot.
Ryder can't win the draw. Cardinal, aggressive forecheck, battling for the puck, gets it, sends to Ryder, whiffs on a shot, and the easiest freeze of the season for Wilson will reset the draw. Ryder again from the left face-off dot. Johnny Ruiz takes it for Danbury. Tied up, goes behind the net. Rocker goes down, no arm up from the official despite a few Rockers fans objecting.
Yeah, I thought you'd get hooking there, trying to draw a penalty.
Clouston tries to backhand shovel out. Instead, Cardinal picks it up after a touch of the stick of Bonnell. Clouston in his own zone. Across the face-off dot in the hash marks. Diagonal flip in the middle, and all Gonzalez can do is send it out of harm's way. Into the hat trick zone, pass in front, Cardinal. Couple bodies knock him off balance. Clouston chips out in front. Shot! Contrato almost had it, and he tried to pick the same corner Coach did just minutes ago. Instead, misses high and wide. Still tied at 1, 8:52 to go in the middle period. Conway over the blue line. Races past the defender into the corner. Conway loses the possession of the puck, and Dowler tried to chip it out. Can't. Conway, quick pass up in front, and he had a chance, but Brad Ryder didn't get all of it. Motor City's had opportunities. They just can't quite get all of those one-time shots.
No, and if you are right there dead to rights, you're going to get a goal. You see that article, though, in The Athletic about the slap shot not being the best way to score anymore?
Just with the stick technology, the wrist shots are just as powerful as Clouston launches a slap shot on cue wide right of the net. In the corner. Pass back up to Rotundi. Rotundi fakes the shot, dumps in deep. Lambden tried to center it, no one home, as Motor City was in the middle of a line change. 8 minutes even to go in the second period. 1 goal Motor City, 1 goal Danbury. Looking for the separator. Shot missed, and Thompson almost beat Wilson to the puck. He tried to glove it a little nonchalantly, maybe took his eyes off it, and Babin making sure he keeps his eyes on that puck as he freezes the puck, and we will have a face-off in the Motor City Rocker end.
So quick question for you. Just saw Elias Thompson. You and I are former athletes ourselves. How many scrambled eggs did you eat in the morning, out of curiosity?
Probably quite a few, more than I do now. 4 or 5, maybe 6 if I was extra hungry.
Say Elias Thompson every morning has about 6. He just pounds scrambled eggs. Most I can eat is 3 or 4.
Shot goes wide of the net on the near side as Thompson throws a hit. Thought he could start an odd man rush. Danbury does a good job keeping it deep in the zone. Richards to the far side. Shoveled in deep past the stick of Mock. Motor City in their own zone up to Thompson. Nope, can't get to Thompson. Instead back on the stick of McDonald. In the Rockers zone, still on the blue line, back to neutral ice. Hits off the official. McDonald in front of the benches. McDonald diagonal pass hits off of Sheehan as Rotundi back on the ice, seems fine after blocking that hard slap shot in close. Sent it to neutral ice. And neither side able to get much positioning since those 2 goals. Near side misses the stick of Bonnell. Motor City looking for a little relief. Puck chips up in the air, slap shot, never had a prayer. Misses to the right. Centering pass, goes to the wrong color jersey, and Giuliano sends it to neutral ice. He'll get pressure on the forecheck. Far side, Yao. Now sends it deep. Couple different hat trick players chase after, including Bonnell. Colton reverses his course with the puck along the near boards, and Danbury feels like the ice tilted in their favor right now, saved by Babin, unable to control it. Cardinal on the near side, hash marks, takes a hit. Centering feed, working, Ryder, left side from the point, right into the glove of Wilson. He saw that one all the way and made a maybe not easy save look pretty routine.
Yeah, and that's something that Wilson has, an exceptional glove side. Every time Motor City's tried to beat him, it's been stick side. Coach's goal was stick side. So, yes, you have a little more wiggle room with the glove side, but also obviously with the glove side, you have the opportunity just to sweep and pick up pucks. Wilson showing that he can flash leather like a third baseman.
6 minutes even to go in the second period, all knotted up at 1. Both goals coming here in the second frame. Back behind the net. Taking it, looking. Gaudette fires off the post, and we have a whistle. We have, I believe.
Well, Bartlett hit the post, and that went off the moorings. But, man, Bartlett right there. Almost.
Right in front of us. Xavier Abdella holding his mouth. Think he trying to politic for a penalty?
Maybe.
Doesn't get any calls going his way as the offensive zone draw for Motor City, won by Danbury in his own end. Gonzalez. Puck flipped high and deep. Chasing after it, Suffredini on his tail is Marchison. Centering feed out front, backhand, no goal! Missed wide, Evan Lugo thought he just gave his team the lead, and instead play continues.
Lugo had his hands up in the air. I thought he was beat too, but not to be the case.
Long pass to Bartlett, and he couldn't quite keep it on the tape, and it negates a breakaway chance. Shot in close, bad angle. Coach just sent it on net. Scramble for it, back to neutral ice. Suffredini will retreat all the way to his own zone thanks to some pressure from Parmalayan. 4:57 in the second period. Danbury won, Motor City won. Both defenses playing well, both goalies with just one blemish on their record so far tonight. Deep in the zone, Sheehan. Sheehan pressured by White behind the Motor City net. Sheehan picks it up again on the near hash marks. Up to the top, Dowler, only Danbury player to score tonight. Puck rolls all the way deep into the Danbury zone. Giuliano centering feed, knocked away by Wilson. Didn't get much of it, but got enough to break up the feed, and Danbury on the other end. Mock across for Richards. Turns it over. Long feed, and maybe cheating just a little bit was Brad Ryder. Maybe Matty didn't get that breakaway earlier. Sitting on the other blue line, gets tipped out of play. 4:14 to go, 1-1 here in the second period.
Yeah, give credit where credit's due. Connor Lynn just signed by Danbury to make sure they had enough defensemen for this road trip. Was the one who put his stick out there, made sure Ryder couldn't connect, because if that goes tape to tape, Ryder walks all the way in, it's like a penalty shot, and he probably would have buried it.
Have to be careful. I know those breakaways are tempting. I know you had a chance and you just missed it by a hair.
Yeah.
But the reason why the score is 1-1 is both sides are playing in their system defensively, playing disciplined defense. You don't want to get too anxious on the other blue line.
So that's a good point, though, right? Do you try to still with that stretch pass to slip behind the defense, or again, do you try to get that dirty goal? And it seems like both teams, Motor City, though, in particular, wants to settle for that stretch pass, get that breakout going, see if you can slip a guy or two behind the defense and see if you can tilt the ice in your favor. It's a little more risky, it's a little more dangerous, yes, but with high risk comes high reward.
Well, again, Ben, as the game goes on, playing good defense takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of energy. So maybe early in the game you have a little more pep in your step, where as you fight on and late in the second period into the third, the blue line looks a little more inviting.
It does. It really does, and that's a great point, Brady.
Back in their own zone, Danbury trying to get the puck up and out. Kuznetsov, diagonal dump, and was he not over the red line? Is that icing? I believe it will be. Now Motor City with an offensive zone opportunity. Just over 4 minutes to go in the middle period.
So it's fun. I'm smiling because the Michigan high school hockey season kicked off officially this week. In high school hockey, they would let that slide. If you're about maybe a foot or two behind center ice, they let that slide. Not in the pros, though. They are precision perfect, these officials. That's why I'm just smiling. It's just funny. A game of inches, between levels, and one's icing and one's not.
Ruiz soccers the puck to himself, sends near side. Bonnell, left wing circle, fires, and it's swallowed up again by Babin. Ben, from our angle, you could see right there was a little space in the 5-hole. He did a good job closing it pretty quickly, but he saw the same hole we did, and he attacked it.
Yeah, but one thing I will say this, Trevor Babin learned from the puck luck of last weekend of Binghamton. Binghamton had a goal on a shallow angle on Babin, and that's something that Babin is going to add to his tool belt. Make sure he's going to protect that near side post, make sure the angles are very slim. That's good technique that you learn from weekend to weekend. Good job by Babin right there to prevent a goal from going in.
Battle for the puck, won by Motor City, sends to central ice where Gonzalez from Danbury picks it up. Ringing around the boards, Clouston chases after it. He's challenged by Kuznetsov. Just poking the puck down, and Conway has an opportunity left side, backhand, weakly patted away, and another chance in close by Contrado.
Contrado's trying for that first goal of the year. He's had a couple of good looks in this period, just can't put him away.
Contrado, a goal scorer in years past in the Fed. You know he has the ability in him. Bonnell over the blue line, left side. Slap shot, never had even a prayer. Think it might have hit off of Clouston.
Yeah, Clouston doing a good job with the bail, putting his stick out, deflecting that one.
Have a whistle.
That should be too many men.
And yeah, I believe they're going to figure out exactly what it is. I don't know what else it would be, Ben. I don't know if there was a high stick. The net wasn't off the moorings. Yep, we have the one official talking to the scorer's table, and they will send Dmitry Kuznetsov to the sin bin. And Motor City, with 3:03 left to go in the second period, has an opportunity to take the lead just before we head to our final intermission.
Yeah, you saw Danbury get that opportunity, but yeah, they were just a little too eager. The puck was on the far side. They tried to get on and off, but Danbury still had possession of the puck. He had one too many men. We'll take the 2 free minutes.
Makima, Lambden, along with Giuliano, Gaudette, and Colton run the power play for Motor City. 0 for 1 on the night. Lambden, far side, banks it deep. Makima flips to Colton, can't keep it on the stick. That would have to reset quickly in the neutral zone. Lambden, pass turned over on the Rockers logo. To the left side, Lugo. Lugo taking his time, willing to waste the clock, and he does as he sends a retreating pass back to Dowler, and Dowler will send it deep. $1:25 left to go in the penalty kill for Danbury. 2:23 to go in the second period, all knotted up at 1. Taking over the blue line, Gaudette, top of the left wing circle, poked away. Coming in to clean up a little bit, Makima, near side Gaudette. Long pass across. This is going to be Bartlett. Left side shot goes wide. Bartlett tried to knock it out of the air, couldn't. Another good penalty kill shift for Danbury. And they will reset as Josh Colton has the puck behind his own netminder. Left side. Ryder. Far hash marks. Puts on the brakes. Double team. Sends it back to Koch. Koch the only goal for Motor City tonight. Koch gets the return pass. Top of the left wing circle to Suffredini. Suffredini returns to Koch. Koch walking in, fires, never makes it to Wilson. Still loose, White in the corner. 23 seconds to go in the man advantage. $1:23 to go in the second period. Still tied at 1. Behind the net, Conway. Conway pass far side, Koch. Koch taking his time. Has to get a shot off soon. 10 seconds to go in the man advantage.
Yeah, don't like this miscommunication here with the man advantage. They've had their opportunities. They just are gun shy.
Conway wanted the centering pass for Ryder. Couldn't get there. And a pretty low stress penalty kill for Danbury as we enter the final minute of play in the second period. Danbury in their own zone. Abdella walks it over all 3 lines before the give and go with Bonnell. Abdella fires from in close, tough angle, and another save for Babin. 33 seconds to go until the break. Both sides trying to steal a goal before the final frame. Puck was on Conway's stick. Coach didn't know where it was. Tried to have just a short feed, get him working downhill.
Yeah, I don't like the miscommunication so far late here in the second period. A lot of bad chemistry passes like that. That's another turnover in center ice. Got to stay focused if you want to beat a good team in Danbury.
5 seconds to go. One more opportunity perhaps. If they can just, Giuliano can throw something on net. He does after the buzzer. So not officially a shot. And after 40 minutes of play, each side has found the back of the net once. It has been a game of defense and it's still been a game of goalies. Ben, your thoughts with 1 period to go?
Well, both teams were able to find the back of the net as they wanted, but again, it's just that miscommunication late in the period. We saw it in the power play. Don't know why. I know what they're working with the 1-3-1. You want to get that diamond formation working the puck around, but you've had opportunities to get shots. I'm surprised that they were gun shy and did not offer a single shot on goal in that power play. It's kind of frustrating to see. I know fans here at Big Boy Arena were almost yelling shoot it at times. They were just trying to pick the right opportunity to try to pick that pocket. But the one thing I did not like is how the way that period ended because, again, miscommunication, bad passes, led to turnovers. Got to stay sharp, got to stay focused. I think the intermission came right at the right time because Coach Brown can go in the locker room, correct that, tell them to refocus, and play a fresh 20 minutes. But that was a scary last 4.
Well, and sometimes that happens when you are gassed, when you're trying to catch your breath. You lose the mental side of the game a bit. So we'll take a break. But before we do that, remind you that, hey, we have a couple more games this weekend, but on December 2nd, we'll be back here at Big Boy Arena, and the Rockers are hosting a fundraiser for Ukrainian refugees on the December 2nd game against the Delaware Thunder. A portion of the proceeds will go to refugees and their families at the Immaculate Conception Ukrainian Catholic School for funding tuition, field trips, and social activities. Thank you so much for sticking with us for 2 periods. Hope you stick with us for 1 more. We're due for a fun finish. Danbury won, Motor City won. 20 more minutes of regulation to go. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey here on the Motor City Rockers YouTube page.
son, Brendan Sheehan, is number 27 for Danbury, but he's seen a lot of hockey. Let's first get your thoughts, though, William, on what you've seen in tonight's game.
I think tonight's a really physical game. They're playing really well. I think both teams are moving the puck exceptionally well, and I think 1-1, it could be like 5-5. I mean, the goalies have made some really dynamite saves. What a great game. What a fun game to watch.
It has been. I mean, Wilson's been incredible. Babin's been incredible. What type of skill, from a scout that you're looking for? We see two really good goaltenders, probably SPHL level, ECHL level, and we know that Wilson has been loaned to the AHL. Never saw action, but he's been loaned up there. What is it about their skill set that allows them to
when I
get
look
that
out
high?
here, I look at how do they move the puck, how quick is the passes, how quick are their shots, how quick are the releases. As far as the goaltenders go, they got to freeze the puck and not give up the rebounds. I've seen a lot of that tonight where they've saved the puck and not given up a lot of rebounds, which is what we look for. As far as the forwards go, they got to get more intense and crash the net harder and get more dirty in front of the net. I'm not seeing that as much at this level as some other levels. They got to get really dirty in front of the net. And that's as the higher up you go in the level, you got to get in front of the net and get really, hardcore in front of the net. That's what we're missing in this level. But they're doing really well. I mean, the goalies are playing great. The defensemen are moving the pucks well. I don't see the fighting, which is great because, when you look at this level, a lot of people are like, man, this level, a lot of fighting goes on. You need to move the puck. You need to be able to be that kind of person. And right now I'm starting to see that, and that's really exciting.
Yeah, it's been a great, clean game. Both teams had a couple of power play opportunities, and I think this has been a very good representation of where this league is going, because you're right. This league, a lot of people think, well, there's going to be a lot of fighting. It's maybe not the cleanest hockey. We're seeing a pure product here. But really quickly, what brought your son Brendan to this team? Can you talk about his story?
He actually played at Shattuck St. Mary's, and the coach is a Shattuck guy, so it made it really easy to come here. And, I mean, I wish a lot more Shattuck kids would come and play on this level because there's so many wonderful hockey players from Shattuck that could. And Billy's a great guy, and he's just doing a great job with this organization. And, I mean, I love watching what he's doing. He went down to Pensacola, and Rod's a great guy. And he said he needs a little more seasoning. So he's getting seasoning here. And a couple of my friends that are really good scouts said, hey, let him go there and rip it up. And right now, last couple of weeks, he's been doing really well. Tonight, he doesn't have any points, but you know what? He's doing real well. And it isn't about anything other than just going out there, playing hockey, and having a great time. And this league right here is amazing for that.
Yeah, he's on the ice, has been taking advantage of his shifts and playing well, but coming from Shattuck, everyone knows Shattuck. Obviously, we know the names that have come out of there: Jonathan Taves, Sidney Crosby, Jack Johnson, who went to the University of Michigan, is a Shattuck guy as well. So Shattuck has definitely sprinkled its seeds around hockey. And what was the decision to send Brendan to Shattuck? What was that like? How did you guys get in?
He played at Somerset High School for Dan Gilkerson, who's an amazing coach, and had just an amazing time there. And he just got that level where, we had to have something better. So he was going to go to play at Hill Murray for Bill Lechner, who was my coach in high school. And we just said, you know what, let's go to Shattuck and try it out. And when he went there, everything was so perfect. Any kid that's out there right now that is looking at where should I play hockey, if you want a great education, Shattuck's the place. Hockey's second. We went there for hockey, but I'm going to tell you, the education at Shattuck is far beyond the hockey. It's so amazing. I would highly recommend. Just go down there, meet Rooster, meet everybody at Shattuck, and enjoy the experience, because there's a reason the #1 hockey school in the world.
Yeah.
Because they are amazing, and the people there are amazing. And I don't care where you're from. Go there, check it out, enjoy it, because the experience is better than anything you'll ever get in life. It's amazing. And the money, who cares? Just go there, spend the money.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
No, it's definitely
but
not.
Go there and enjoy it. I mean, I have a couple of friends that are there right now, and they just said, Bill, thanks for referring this to me. This is the best thing I could have ever done.
So, what is the regiment like at Shattuck for a player? Your son's there. I'm sure he's experienced it. But all of us that are looking on the outside, looking in, what is the regiment like? For a player. Obviously, you're attending classes. You have practice, I assume, either before maybe a little bit of a morning skate and then an afternoon practice. What's the regiment like for a hockey player?
Here's what's so great about it. Not only do you go to class there, but at the end of the day, if you're on campus, which you should be, and stay there on campus, at 6 o'clock at night, you have to stay and study for 2.5 hours.
Nice.
They do not let you fail. They make sure you are successful. And all the professors are amazing. And when you get there and you sit down and you're like, well, I can't even talk to my son at 6 o'clock at night or my daughter at 6 o'clock at night, guess what? There's a reason why, because they're learning. Mm-hmm. It is so amazing, and that's the best part about it. You have so much, everybody helping you all the way through, and not just from the teachers, but the classmates and the teammates.
Sure.
And they have so many levels of, not just to talk about Shattuck, I don't mean to be a Shattuck guy just here, but it's amazing. But they have so many cool other programs that, from music to being an actor. One of the best actors ever that came out of Shattuck, it was amazing. Just, I'm sorry, but no, Shattuck is a great experience. I'm sorry about bragging about it so much, but I love it.
It's okay, because a lot of people, you hear the name, but you don't know what the experience is like. You don't hear the stories, and we get an opportunity one-on-one to hear some of those stories. So it's okay. I'm sure Shattuck loves the free press, and but again, we're outsiders. You've been on the inside. It's nice to kind of see what that's like. What is it like in New Mexico with hockey? I mean, obviously here in the northern states, we love our hockey. What's hockey like down in the desert?
Well, my friend Stan Hubbard owns the team, and this is our first year. We got an NA3 team, actually. But last year we came close to winning the championship, and it was amazing. We lost because we had a 5-on-3 in the last overtime period, and it's really tough when you get that close to winning it, to not win it. But our facilities down in New Mexico are the very best out of any North American team out there. Our buses, everything, are the very best. Our coaches are the very best. Phil Fox is an amazing coach. We're very lucky to have Phil Fox. He's our general manager and our coach. And, I mean, he's just a wonderful person, wonderful human being. And our whole program down in New Mexico is first class. And if you have a chance to get invited to one of our camps, I highly recommend you come there, because you're going to see exactly what Stan Hubbard and our program's all about.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe a lot of people, when they see what's happening with the Coyotes in Arizona, they might be apprehensive, but it's good to know hockey is thriving in New Mexico. It's great.
We have the best program in the North American League, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a scout. Sure. I'm saying that because we really do. I mean, you look at our buses, you look at what Stan does, you look at what Phil does, you look at the commitment from our goalie coaches. Everything is amazing.
Well, it sounds amazing. This was amazing. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me up here.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's always great to talk with scouts, and obviously your son's a great representation of the family and the Danbury program.
My pleasure.
And thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you for inviting me up here. It's a pleasure meeting you. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, go Danbury.
It's okay. We'll let you get away with that one. We're going to take just a quick break, and then we'll come right back with the start of the second period here. It's going to be great. You don't want to miss it. You're watching Rockers Hockey right here on the Rockers TV network on YouTube. We'll be right back.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, getting ready for what should be a really fun third period. Motor City, one goal for the Danbury Hat Tricks. Two defensively strong teams. But before we talk about what we expect to see in the final 20 minutes of regulation, Ben, take a look at some scores from around the league. Again, if you weren't with us earlier, Elmira, Watertown postponed due to weather, but a few other interesting scores around the Fed.
Yeah, still 5-0. Carolina over Port Huron. That has been one we've
Columbus.
kept our.
Sorry.
I was going to say that one we've kept our eye on, but Binghamton and Delaware. Binghamton had a 2-0 lead. Delaware got one back, so it's now 2-1. Binghamton, and then Carolina still pouring it on Mississippi, 8-2. So that one is a little out of hand, but again, that score, Port Huron and Carolina, or Columbus, that has been shocking. I'm surprised Port Huron hasn't at least gotten one goal.
Well, again, you look at some of the home teams.
Yeah.
Carolina's at home. Now, people up in Michigan and people not from down south might think, oh, Mississippi, Carolina. Winston-Salem to Mississippi is not a short ride at all.
No.
That is a long ways to go, just like Danbury had a long ways to go. And again, they played very well. Ben, I know you didn't like the last handful of minutes for Motor City in that last period, but they had a chance to go get a nice long refresher, have a fresh seat of ice. What do you expect from Motor City in the final 20?
Well, I've said it a couple of times tonight. We even had, Will Sheehan, Brendan Sheehan's dad, say the same thing. It's going to take a dirty goal. You got to screen in front. That's how you're going to win this game. I still think there's an opportunity to get that. And in this level and in higher levels, that's how you're going to get those goals. And you're going to see shots for rebounds like we've seen tonight. But it's going to take a dirty goal. And I will say this. Motor City's had a couple of better opportunities. And before the last 3.5 minutes of that second period, Motor City had a couple of opportunities for some good goals, up close and up front. That's what I'm looking for. See if Motor City can continue and refocus after the intermission.
Game's been tied for all but 14 seconds tonight. Someone's going to have to break the deadlock. Draw at center ice. Motor City working right to left. Danbury left to right. Motor City with the win off the draw. Colton, long pass, nearly intercepted by Gonzalez. Battling forward at neutral ice. Hits off the face of Koch. Into the zone. Shot swallowed up by Babin. And Koch, the lone man to score for Motor City tonight. His goal is the 5th of the season. And Ben, that leads Motor City. Now you think, all right, 5 goals isn't a lot to lead your team now 9 games in, but they've had 14 different players find the back of the net.
Yeah, and again, that's by design. Nick Field, the general manager here for the Rockers, and Gordy Brown, they want guys, multiple guys that can score the puck. So the fact that 14 guys have lit the lamp, it's by design.
Save from Babin. Couple of different hat trick players whiffed on the rebound attempt. Speeding down the right side. Turning and trying to fire, unable to, as he gets hit into the boards. Bartlett now returns the favor. Conway, slow pass, grabbed by Rotundi. Shot doesn't make it through the traffic. Nice job by Sheehan. Get the play going the other direction. Just a minute into this third period, deadlocked at 1. Been one of the better defensive performances from both teams all season long. Giuliano chasing the puck deep into the Danbury zone. Takes it to the far side. May have wanted Elias Thompson, couldn't find it. Danbury working the other way. Mock left wing circle. Pass across, backhand attempt. Out in front, still wide. A negative angle shot from Marchison, and he has another chance. And again, Babin stands tall, but we have a player down for Danbury. Evan Lugo holding his face, and will we see a penalty out of this?
I don't know. It may have been incidental, but my goodness, Trevor Babin, we've seen night in and night out how great of a goaltender he was. That sequence shows just how great he was. Was able to make the baby toe save, was able to readjust, get an easy center mass save there. Trevor Babin, standing tall. He's impressing scouts. He's impressing us, I can tell you that.
Michael Marchison had a couple opportunities again. It feels like both sides have had chances, just couldn't quite get that finishing touch on either side. Offensive zone win for Danbury, and a tip goal for Danbury. Babin wants a high stick, and I believe they are going to let this goal stand.
Guess who it was? Johnny Ruiz, man who's written himself in the record books, was able to get the deflection, and they're going to talk it over. I think Babin has a good case.
Let's see on replay. We have here, and it's hard to tell in real time. That's one that the NHL would have to send to Toronto and then look at it frame by frame, but this is a long discussion. At one point, the stick was above the crossbar. The question was that when it touched the puck, and it was not, according to the officials. 2-1. Danbury on top after the tip goal from Johnny Ruiz.
Well, we mentioned that in the second period, right? They were aiming high on purpose, and that was the one that beat them. Was a deflection in front. It's not something you want to see, but we saw that brewing and bubbling up at times in the second period. Again, Johnny Ruiz, a man who stands alone for most goals in Danbury in a single season, got one there, and it's a big one to make it 2-1.
18:33 to go. Motor City's going to need to beat Brian Wilson one more time if they want to tie this game up. Danbury continuing the momentum from the second period. Our side trying to chip it in the zone, hits off the linesman. Dowler. Shot, patted away, may have went wide anyway. In the neutral zone, Dowler across for McDonald. Danbury controlling play, and a penalty upcoming. A fight on the far side. And it's Lambden and Bonnell firing rights, and Bonnell unloading with that left hand. The officials step in, and they'll have a mess to sort out.
Well, Cade Lambden just got back from concussion protocol, was cleared to play. Don't know if I want to see him start taking those punches, but.
And I think Danbury's going to go on the man advantage.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And that's what you can't do. I know you're frustrated after what maybe you perceived as a wrong call with the high stick. But now with 18:04, Danbury's going to get a chance to add an insurance goal.
Yeah, Lambden stuck out his leg right at the point. You can't do that, and of course a player's going to take exception to that. You're going to protect your teammate. That's what led to the fight. But yeah, you're right. You can't take a penalty like that. You know, Cade Lambden, he should know better. But
I believe they signal for a 10-minute misconduct.
Yeah.
So they'll have to perhaps have somebody serve the penalty for Lambden. Let's see, sort it out. Are we going to have 5-on-5 hockey? We're going to have 5-on-5 hockey. They were signaling 5-on-5, not 10 minutes.
Oh, there
Ben,
you go.
I'm going to be honest. Motor City may have caught a break there.
Hey, home cooking is never a bad thing. I'm not going to complain with that, but I think you're right. I think they got away with one.
17:50 to go in the third period. 5-on-5 hockey after the first fight of the game. In the neutral zone, puck slides back. Suffredini picks it up, goes behind his own net. Suffredini banks it. Bartlett across the red line to the blue. Pass across, and I believe they said they gave the Danbury side 2 minutes for instigating, which would negate whatever penalty Lambden would have had, and a whistle takes away the Bartlett opportunity, and it's getting chippy. Bartlett now having words with McDonald. McDonald not a small man, especially on skates.
No, McDonald is 6'2", probably about a good solid 185. We know Ross Bartlett's not the biggest guy. We say he's probably generous at 5'8", 160, but he doesn't back down from anybody.
We got a hard-played hockey game. Getting a little chippy.
Yeah, they still haven't officially put in on the scorer's table what the penalties were, and so trying to get that sorted out. And you're right, we overheard some of it, but still waiting for it to become official.
Neutral zone draw, won by Danbury, back to Yao. Now on the near boards, Across the blue line, far side shot, sticked high into the air. Rebound corralled by Danbury, sends another shot on net. In the far corner, both sides battling for possession. Thompson trying to find relief, cannot. Got a little deke around a defender, still inside the Rockers' end. They cannot get relief right now. The ice tilted directly at Babin. Shot in close. Don't know if Babin ever had to make a save. Good defense. Both sides flying around. Shot. Blocked with the chest of Babin, and he underhand grabs it to get a whistle. 16:39. Ben, Motor City needs to figure out a way to get some pressure on the other end of the ice.
Yeah, they're definitely playing on their heels. Got to find an opportunity to tilt the ice back in the other direction. How do you do that? Well, you got to just win inch by inch, line by line. And when I say line, you got to win your D zone. Then you got to win the neutral zone. And you got to win your offensive zone. But you got to get the other two before you can get to the third zone.
In their own zone, Contrado misses a pass to Cardinal, but he takes it back. Right wing circle, makes the move back in, and another kick save by Wilson. He stole a goal from Motor City.
Stole another one from Cardinal. Cardinal had an opportunity in the first period to get one. That's twice he's beaten them.
Motor City with possession, but a turnover in the offensive zone. Racing the other way, Dowler. Dowler looking across, sends a shot right into the glove of Babin. But Ben, a great opportunity again. Tip your cap to Brian Wilson. That's twice he stopped that same move from Cardinal, and nothing more to say than that's a heck of a save.
Yeah, he's now playing 22 games for Danbury. He's 15-5 in his career. You see why. You know, he does a very good job. He's second in the league with save percentage at 92.6, third in goals against average at just about 2.5. Just seen it all in person now. It's justified.
Working out of his own zone, Koch has to retreat. Pass in front of his own netminder. Feed up to Conway. Conway with a rink-wide pass to Suffredini over the blue line. Slap shot into the glove of Wilson. He's feeling it right now. He's in the zone.
Yeah, that one's going to be easy. Suffredini doing what we thought he would do. Shoot maybe for a rebound. That one was a little high, but he had a lot of oomph and gusto behind that shot. He maybe wanted to drive it down a little bit low to see if a trailer could come in and bang one in.
Offensive zone draw. Bartlett in the circle for the Rockers, gets the win. Koch, shot deflected up and over the net of Wilson, nearly out of play. Bartlett in the far corner, trying to attack with the forecheck. Dowler in his own zone, sends it to center ice. Ruiz, 2-on-1, walks in, shot, and maybe the pass deflected. He faked everyone out, including myself. Well, puck harmlessly goes to the corner, icing called, and it'll be an offensive zone draw for Danbury.
Yeah, faked everyone out, but Ian White was right there, cut off the passing lane. It bounced off his leg. Good job. That's just NHL IQ right there. Playing your space, playing your defensive zone. Ian White, since he's joined this team, he had a rough opening night, gave up some easy passes in the neutral zone, but he's gotten better as his leg's been underneath him this season. Glad he's on our side.
Draw to the right of Babin. Conway shovels back behind the net. The aforementioned Ian White, player on his left hip, turns the puck over. In close, behind the net. Paralion. The left side. Shot in, shot scooped up, and a little bit of pushing and shoving in front of Babin. 15-11 to go in the third. Danbury on top on the Johnny Ruiz tipped goal. They lead it 2-1.
Yeah, you saw Babin on that wraparound attempt. He even put his arm up high to make sure no one could pull a Michigan on him. He's got his eyes on a swivel and playing hard and playing tough.
Nakima in the draw, can't handle it. Walking in close, firing from his knees and sending it out of play, Sheehan. And again, another face-off.
Yeah, Sheehan just blew a tire there, but was able still to get a wrist shot off. But I mean, at this point, you got to win a face-off. You got to get puck control. You got to get back and tilt the ice the other way. We have not seen that yet in the first 5 minutes for Motor City. We saw it once, just not seeing it enough.
Motor City with the puck now in the neutral zone on the far side. Thompson into the corner. Sends it around, tipped as it rings by Giuliano. Clauston keeps it in. Nakima does a good job keeping it inside the blue line. Giuliano, the backhand shove towards the net. Wilson keeps it alive. And Danbury tried to go the other way. Sheehan just not quite quick enough to get to that puck. Giuliano for Motor City. Up to Thompson. loses it in the neutral zone. Makima trying with the aggressive forecheck to get the puck back. Instead, Sheehan the other way, been on the ice a while. Shot goes wide of the net, but it's grabbed by Babin anyway. And another whistle, and that'll take us to our media timeout, where I'm here to tell you about Health Quest Physical Therapy is Southeast Michigan's premier providers of physical therapy. Get back to living life to the fullest and visit one of the Health Quest more than 35 convenient locations. See how Health Quest can help at HQPT.com. That again is HQPT for Health Quest Physical Therapy. Ben, just under 15 minutes to go until regulation's over, and Motor City has to find a way to answer. First one they did in 14 seconds. Obviously haven't been as fortunate after the second Danbury goal.
No, but again, it's credit to what Danbury was going to do with this away roster. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. What are they going to do? They're going to play tough defense. They're going to try to make you force the mistakes so that you're caught off guard and they can generate their offense. That's how they've gotten their goals. They were firing high, getting deflections to beat a good goaltender. Now you got to do that same thing that Danbury's doing to you, to them. You got to be strong in your D zone. Work that back into the 50-foot space in neutral zone and get an opportunity to get an offensive push and turn this game around.
Opportunities have been few and far between for Motor City here in the third. The ones they have had have been stonewalled by Brian Wilson. Contrado off the draw, wraps it around to White in the far corner. Quick pass to Cardinal, whiffs on it, keeps possession of the puck. He goes down with the puck out of the zone. Hustling forward and grabbing it, Ryder. Ryder back in his own zone, across for Ian White. White up to Ryder. Ryder on the attack. Stops, and he's pinned across the boards by Abdella. And again, Danbury working the other way. Diagonal dump in. Fighting for it. Marchessault. Back to neutral ice. And Danbury will have to go reset. No, they won't. It's icing. And they'll get another offensive zone draw.
Yeah, that you could see Ryder wants to go off. He's upset it was icing. Cardinal trying to tell him, hey, nope, we'll get another opportunity to get this line change. But, yeah, the guys are working hard. They want to get the shifts and get better. But, again, just got to win a face-off, get the puck into the neutral zone, and switch off. But it's been easier said than done.
Danbury plays a very disciplined brand of hockey. They lead it 2-1, 13:41 to go as the slap shot misses wide right. Cardinal picks up the loose puck, and an ill-advised pass turns it over. Another slap shot sticked away from the middle of the net by Babin. Cardinal is head to the boards as he flips it up and over the red line to the blue, and he'll get a chance for at least one rocker to get off the ice. On the left side, McDonald. Diagonal dump in. Off the boards, chasing after it, Bartlett, retreating with the puck, Dowler. On the left wing, over the red line, McDonald sends, Ruiz fakes a slap shot, can't get around Ryan Rotundi, forces the puck loose. Now in the far corner, heading over for it, McDonald. Wanted to find number 77, Kuznetsov, but a couple of rockers in the way. Koch picks up the puck, trying to get it out of their own end, does. Bartlett can't chip it in deep, and again, Danbury working. No, Bartlett gets a stick on it and offside. Despite Declan Conway's best efforts, couldn't get back over the blue line. Neutral zone draw, 12:39 to go in the third period. 2-1, Danbury on top as both players come out of the box. Bonnell and Lambden to a round of stick taps from their respective benches.
Yeah, I still don't know how Danbury did not have a power play. Just looked at the score sheet officially. Both men were in there for fighting, but also Lambden was in there for tripping, yet they still called 5-on-5.
I believe they got instigating on Bonnell. I believe that is what at least the PA said. So offsetting, I guess, 5 and 2s respectively.
Sure.
12:25 to go in the third period. Motor City still chasing a goal. In his own end. Over the blue line, Giuliano high flip. Hits off the stick of Richards. In the neutral zone, and no one by Parmalayan. But Babin comes out of the net. An aggressive goalie plays the puck. Yao. Diagonal pass. Parmalayan. And far corner. Battling for it. Shot hits off of Babin. Motor City trying to get some offensive mojo going. Can't get any momentum right now. They dump in deep, get a fresh set of legs on the ice. Behind his own net, Yao. Gives for Lugo. Lugo long pass stolen away by Colton. Colton pass to Rotundi. Rotundi long firing feed to the middle of the ice. A few bodies hit the ice. Shot attempt from a tough angle, hits off the official and closing on. Oh, a great rebound opportunity. There just was no one near that left faceoff circle.
Yeah, Colton did what you want him to do, shoot for a rebound. No one was there on the backside to bang it home.
Rotundi in his own zone. Sends up for Ryder. Ryder over the blue line using his speed. In close, poke checked away. Nice job by Abdella. He's been a thorn in every Rockers forward side all night long.
Well, and it's funny that the defensive unit for this team for Danbury isn't as experienced with the team, but they have great chemistry. They know spacing very well, play the D zone very well. They're doing great with very little.
10:43 to go in the third period. 2-1 Danbury on top after the Ruiz goal. Just moments into the third period. Pass across, saved by Babin. Ruiz fires it, hit off of one of the white jerseys, went high and wide. Still in the zone. Shot from the point, never had a prayer. Gonzalez sent it through a lot of traffic. Another save by Babin. They'll just send it deep. Get a chance to reset with the whistle. 10:17 to go in the third.
That time icing's a good play. I've had this discussion with a lot of coaches from various different levels. Can icing be a good play? Right there's a good example for it. You were losing the battles. You know what? It forces the team to reset on a face-off. You will take that trip 200 feet down the ice any day of the week, especially to catch a breather like that.
Face-off in the far circle. Lugo will battle with Bartlett. Bartlett tied up, falls on the puck. He's trying to send it somewhere. Colton ends up with it. Bank pass to nobody out of the zone. Dowler will have to reset inside his own blue line. Into the neutral zone. Bartlett with a good poke check. Back into the Danbury zone once again, Lugo. Neutral ice tipped high and far above Babin. Babin elects to play it with Suffredini. On the near side, Kuznetsov. Far side pass, can't find the mark. Coach the intended target. Halfway through the third period, Danbury still holding on to a 1-goal lead. Neutral ice. Kuznetsov lost it. Motor City with the puck. Koch into the attacking zone. Left wing circle, turns, searches, fires blindly on net, misses everything high. Bartlett takes his time, tip, and Koch had a great chance, had an open net, but the defense from number 11, Dowler, keeps the score at 2-1. Ben, I just can't stop commending this Danbury defense. They just saved another goal.
Yeah, Yao's been good. Dowler's been fantastic all night, right then and there. Good deflection by Conway, though. Got to give Conway some credit. But, yeah, Dowler right there on the backside to get that clear, prevent Koch from getting that goal. Got to tip the cap to the hat tricks. They're playing well.
Been talking about it all night, getting ready for the rebound is Giuliano in close, keeps it between the legs and the centering pass. No one home. Yao, as we just mentioned, playing solid defense.
Yeah, clearing that slot and look at him now getting a stretch pass.
Can't find the tape of Richards. It's in the Rockers zone. Tip goes wide, picked up far side by Thompson. Elias Thompson, rink wide pass, misses everything, just wide of the net. And despite the hustle of Makema, has a whistle for icing, and we'll go to another media timeout. 8:27 to go in the third period. 2-1 Danbury. Ben, Motor City's been able to get it out of their own zone. They've had a few more chances, but boy howdy does it feel like Brian Wilson is just in the zone right now, and that puck must look like a beach ball to him.
Well, it's funny you say a beach ball. Brian Wilson, he has a couple of beach boys on defense that have his back, his backup singers, doing a great job. You know, again, Yao's been fantastic. You just have to appreciate the defensive zone and discipline Dansbury's been playing with today. It's been making life exceptionally hard, and Dansbury just doing a good job. But one thing I did like, though, Brady, was that Motor City, in between media timeouts, was able to correct a lot of stuff, was able to finally get that offensive wave start going down to the Danbury end, getting a couple of good looks. trying to maybe get that goal, still down 1. You like to see the adjustments made in between. Hopefully we see more adjustments after this media timeout.
Again, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Fed, you get 3 points for a regulation win, 2 if you win in overtime, and 1 if you make it to the overtime period and fall short. Motor City last time out got the win in a shootout against Binghamton, hoping to just tie it here in regulation. Clouston in his own zone off the half wall. Long rolling puck. Wilson will have to play it, negates the icing. Della looking for the stretch pass. This time it is Danbury who gets called for the icing. First time in a while the Hat Tricks have missed on a long pass, and the Rockers get a rare in the third period offensive zone draw.
Yeah, it's big. Hopefully you can cash in on it and, turn this game around. You still have plenty of time. You have 8 minutes. That's plenty of shifts. You can do it, but you're right. This is big. First icing by Danbury. You get a face-off in the offensive zone. Take advantage of it.
Ryder faces off against Richards. Key draw and a win for Ryder. Sends to the point. Colton on net and scooped up by Wilson. A little pushing and shoving with Lambden out in front. Probably still a little bad blood from earlier. They keep it mostly civil. 8:01 to go in the third. Rockers still chasing a goal. They've had opportunities. Just need to find a way to beat Wilson a second time. Off the draw, win for Motor City. Firing Cardinal and a chance to put the rebound in. Ryder just wasn't at a good angle and didn't get all of it.
Nope, had a finger on the trigger, just couldn't pull it just in time. Here's Rotondi firing that one wide.
Colton, far side. Motor City with some offensive pressure. Shot that didn't even have a chance. Rotundi from the point, shot, and he takes a big hit, and that is the break Motor City may have needed. Michael Marchison. That's a penalty, Ben. You can't take. He saw the big hit. He saw the highlight reel in front of him. Hit him a little high, hit him a little late, and it's going to put Motor City on the man advantage when they needed it most.
I was going to say, all you had to see was Ryan Rotundi have that huge smile as he got up, flashed the pearly whites to Danbury and said, thank you. We will take that. I will take that hit for my team any day. Health Quest is probably going to have to see him. He's blocked that shot earlier and taking a hit like that. He might need some therapy.
Third power play of the night, and as always, brought to you by Digital Macomb Indoor Billboards. Reach over 100,000 people in a month and all around Macomb County by visiting digitalmacomb.com. Motor City chasing a goal. Buckle puck hits off a leg. Chasing after it, White. Chips in deep. Battle for it behind the net. Koch gets it to the near board, Suffredini. In the corner, back behind the net, Conway. Backhands all the way back to the point to White. White, slap shot, tipped out in front, and it's, again, gobbled up by Brian Wilson.
I liked that shot, though, by White. Knew he was going to get Conway going right there for the goalie screen. Fired it anyways, hoped maybe he could pick something, maybe get his first goal as a Rocker. But, again, Brian Wilson just doing a good job in between the pipes. Got to tip the cap to the guy.
Wilson with now 25 saves on the night. Danbury outshooting Motor City 43-26. And Ben, they've been one good power play, one not so good power play. Colton has it on the point after a clean draw. Buck 18 left to go in the man advantage for Motor City. 6:54 left to go in regulation. Motor City needs to find a way to beat Wilson if they want to tie this game up. Jousting for it in the far hash marks. 2 orange, 2 white jerseys going at it. Waiting for that puck to squirt out somewhere. Danbury content with just killing that clock under a minute to go. Colton keeps it just inside the blue line. Makima down low. Giuliano to Colton. Fires! Save from a sprawled out Wilson. That's the look you practiced for. That's the look you want. But the goaltender doesn't stand tall, but sprawls out tall on that save.
Yeah, you just got to tip the cap. Again, Brian Wilson playing exceptionally well. It's one of the reasons why he's one of the best goaltenders in this league. We're seeing it firsthand. Another great look for screening the goaltender. Just didn't go in.
Ryder with the win. Koch at the point. 45 seconds to work with on the man advantage. taking his time to White. White fires through traffic, and it's knocked all the way up and over the netting. Another offensive zone draw. This is a much better power play, very reminiscent of the power play they had in the first period. That one, they had some chances. Yep. Wilson stood tall. And when you have a good defense with a good goalie behind you, that's a coach's dream.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's every coach's dream. It doesn't matter if it's the FPHL, AHL, ECHL, NHL, NA3, USPHL, Premier, Elite. It doesn't matter the level. If you have a hot goaltender and a solid goaltender, you're going to be pretty darn good.
Another clean win back to White. White to Suffredini. Suffredini returns to White straight away at the point. Searching, slap shot, tip just wide, almost backed out in front. Coach had a shot and he missed it. It bounced over his stick, and he had about 3 feet of net to look at as Danbury gets a critical clear. 20 seconds left to go on the man advantage, but a whistle, and let's see, someone's going to the penalty box. Not sure what side. And
well, they're telling Coach.
For Motor City.
Yeah, Coach. I thought maybe White Duck was going to go in. He was the one pursuing Coach.
Oh, they're going to get Coach for the hit on the boards.
Yeah.
See, as he was trying desperately to keep it in, he throws a hit on the boards, which...
I understand where they're coming from.
In the interest of safety, they're going to call Coach.
Yeah. I mean, I understand where they're coming from. And the Danbury player was down low. He was in an unprotected position. So I understand where you're coming from. You're right. It's player safety. You could almost put a driving knee to the head to the boards. I get all of that. I don't have an issue with that. It's just bad timing.
We'll have 4-on-4 hockey for another dozen seconds. Babin swallows up another puck. 5:50 to go in the third period. And once those 12 seconds are up, we'll have the penalty kill brought to you by Custra Law. For all your legal needs around the Metro Detroit area, including getting out of the penalty box, visit custralaw.com. Win for Motor City. They're in their own zone, but they're going to be down a man in 5 seconds. Suffredini over the red line, across the blue, and offside will negate the rush. And as soon as that puck's dropped, Michael Marchison will head out of the box, and Danbury will look for a nail in the coffin.
Yeah, Lambden was just the early bird there, drawing that off sides, but here we go.
Clean win by Danbury. Rockers have to kill a minute 39. Only 5:34 left to go in the game. 2-1 Danbury. Danbury doesn't need to be super aggressive. They can use this to kill a little clock as well. Out of their own zone on the near side, Ruiz. He has the game-winning goal, and it's about to be 5-on-3 hockey. On the far side, and they will let Motor City touch up, tripping the call, and 5-on-3 for Danbury, and it's going to take a Herculean effort to get out of the next 2 minutes with the score intact.
Yeah, Herculean is right, and that's why Nate Suffredini was upset, kicked the puck down the ice. It's a bad penalty to take, especially in this time, but if you can kill this, hopefully it generates some momentum. You can get an offensive push, get it back to 2-2. Game's still not over. You have plenty of time, but it is dire straits right now.
And Danbury loving the opportunity to put what feels like would be a final blow goal. Left side, top of the circle, Ruiz passes in low. Danbury taking their sweet time, pass deflected, Ruiz out in front. Far side, just relaxing, Bonnell. Back to Ruiz, handling the puck. Ruiz after the pass from Kuznetsov. Low left circle, Kuznetsov tips it back to Ruiz. Slow shot in front again, taking their time. Quick, hard shot from Ruiz, misses high and wide. 43 seconds on the first penalty, 1:25 on the second. Motor City trying to just stay alive in this game, down 2-1, final 5 minutes. Colton does a nice job getting his body on a puck, and now it'll be a penalty on Danbury. So what was a very well, clean, played game has now devolved into a lot of guys going to the penalty box that will relieve Motor City in a bit. They'll still be down 4-3, but a break for the Rockers on the Danbury penalty.
Yeah, Sheehan just put his stick up a little too high, got Colton right in the visor, but it's perfect. It went along the far boards. Again, it turns the 5-on-3 into a 4-on-3, and guess what? You get a face-off, and this is the biggest reason it's huge. Face-off in the offensive zone, anything can happen.
And we will take our final media timeout, but Ben, this is a very interesting situation. You have to be aggressive, but maybe if you win this draw, you slow down for the next 29 seconds. Try to get it back to even. At the end of this, you'll have, 48 seconds or so on the man advantage. You don't get 4-on-3 hockey too often.
No.
You don't practice this a whole lot.
No.
Let's see how both sides attack.
Yeah, but that's the interesting question you just brought up, Brady. Do you, with the face-off down here, stall for 29 seconds, or with the face-off down here, do you take your shot and try to get back in and then survive the next, minute 12, before you get back on the power play? It's an intriguing question. It's, I know last weekend a lot of people at home are thinking, and it's not going to happen because it's 4-on-3, but last weekend in Binghamton in the first game, Babin was pulled late as Coach Brown wanted to get a big goal to close that gap. It's not going to happen tonight. This would be a bad position for it. But in game 2, he didn't do that. They were able to still get a goal. But that's why it's an interesting question. With the face-off down here, do you take your shot or do you try to kill that 29 seconds if you win the draw?
And if it all just comes off the board with no one finding the net, you still have 2:26 of even strength hockey to work with after all this Mets gets sorted out. And who knows? We've had 3 penalties in a minute and a half. Might as well be primed for another. Danbury gets the defensive zone draw, and they will wait. McDonald breaking out of his own zone. 20 seconds until 4-on-4 hockey. Across the line, Dowler. Back behind the net, pressured, knocked to his knees, break back up. 10 seconds on the man advantage for Danbury. McDonald in front, pass across to Lugo, walking it in close, still loose in the crease, and it's knocked to the corner. They get the clear as the man advantage ends. Koch heads down to put a little pressure on McDonald. 3:47 to go in the third period. 2-1 Danbury on top. 29 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey before the Rockers get an abbreviated power play. In the neutral zone, puck tipped back. Rotundi across for Colton. Colton to Rotundi, misses his stick. He's able to recover near the blue line, dumps deep. Wilson tips it back. Parmalayan picks it up. Turns it over. Koch has an opportunity. Backhand, forehand, shoot off the mask of Wilson, and the turnover almost was the catalyst Motor City needed, but again, Brian Wilson, like a broken record, stands tall.
Yeah, Brian Wilson stands tall. It was big, but here's another big thing. 2 seconds left before Suffredini comes out. You can have a power play unit come on, and you have a power play for 49 seconds, and that's a good thing that the puck was frozen by Wilson, because you can keep the puck down here and try to get one back.
Now Rockers on the man advantage, so Danbury elects to clear. When Suffredini picks up the puck, he'll have 40 seconds to attack. 3:03 to go in the third period. Danbury by a goal. Working over the left side, Conway to the hash marks, in close, goes behind the net. Pressured by 2 different hat trick players, they'll get a clear. Babin out of the crease to play it. 23 seconds to go on the Motor City man advantage. 2:44 in the game. Danbury staying aggressive. Suffredini rink wide pass. Ryder had to get back onside. Now in the Danbury zone again, double team. 6 seconds to go in the Danbury power play. Shot hits off a defender. Koch shoots way high and wide. 5-on-5 hockey. White. Shot again, high and wide. Can't get a goal if you don't hit the net. 2-on-1 the other way. Sheehan walking it in close, pass across, and a great save by Babin, keeping the Rockers alive.
Wow.
Babin stretched every last fiber of his being to make that save. 2 minutes to go. Rockers still have a chance. Ben have to be conscious of when Babin's heading to the bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if they're going to pull him or not. They did last weekend. I don't know if they do it this weekend or not. We'll find out.
Back in the Rocker zone, $1:44 to go in the contest. Colton behind his own net. Crunch time. Rockers have to find a way to get this game-tying goal. Danbury possesses it with 90 seconds to go. In neutral ice, Colton searching, chip pass, backhanded. Clausen, offside.
Yeah, Clausen jumped the line just a little too soon before he had clear possession of the puck. That's going to be offsides every time. I'm staying, as you're calling the action, doing a good job, Brady. I'm watching Babin. I'm watching the bench to see if they're going to pull the lasso and get them to come out for the extra attacker. I don't think it's coming.
Timeout, Motor City.
Well, there is that, but
So-
I don't see Babin even getting. I mean, he's going to come out and see what the strategy is. I think they learned their lesson from last week. I don't think Babin is going to stay on the bench after this timeout.
Well, that's certainly what they're discussing right now. Step one is possessing the puck inside the Danbury blue line, and then step two is getting Babin potentially off the ice, getting the extra attacker on. 'Cause right now, I'm sure Danbury fine with taking icings and killing 4 or 5 seconds a pop.
Yeah, and right now icing's a good play. You're right, Brady, but here's the thing too, right? And you mentioned it. You got to get possession of the puck. Last time we've had face-offs down in the Danbury zone, Danbury's won the face-off both times in key moments. They've done a good job winning face-offs late here in the third. You got to break that trend to get an opportunity here.
It'll be a neutral zone draw right in front of the Danbury bench. Evan Lugo, the centerman for the Hat Tricks. The Rockers send Koch.
And Babin's still in net.
Keep an eye, Babin probably be staring towards his bench, especially if Koch wins the draw. Tie up on the draw. Danbury comes away with it. Lugo has it poked away. Koch back to Ryder. Ryder near his own blue line, returns to the own zone. Suffredini. Neutral ice, rink wide pass.
Babin's going to come out.
Babin's
He's looking for his opportunity.
He's sprinting over. It'll be 6-on-5, 1:04 to go. Rockers need a goal. Koch in the corner. Gives the Suffredini back to the corner, banked by Conway. Far side Ryder. Pass across. Conway had a chance. It's still loose. Suffredini back up top. White taking his time. 45 seconds in the contest. Passing close. Bartlett able to tip it past Wilson. Tie game. 41 seconds left. Keep chopping down the tree, and eventually Wilson falters. After a couple missed chances, White had the puck, sent it to the left circle, thrown it on net, and Bartlett, through some traffic, backhanded it up to the underneath the the crossbar, I should say. We are deadlocked at 41 seconds left to go in regulation.
Dirty goals will do it. That was a dirty goal, and a pretty dirty goal at that. Ross Bartlett using his IQ to lift it right underneath the crossbar. It was a beautiful thing to see.
Now what you don't want to see is right off the opening draw after that point is an icing call, giving Danbury an offensive zone face-off. 31 seconds away from both sides guaranteeing themselves a point. Again, Motor City, last time out in Binghamton, had to win via shootout. Off the draw. Tipped out of the zone. Misses a few sticks. Near side, Makima tips it in deep. Far side, Lambden holding it in deep. Giuliano can't fight for it. Danbury working the other way, 13 seconds. They'll have one more rush. Sheehan walking in close, tipped away. 8 seconds to go. High in the air. Motor City content with letting this puck stay on the boards. 3 seconds, 2, and we have some free hockey here at Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan. Ben, we'll keep it right here during this overtime discussion. What did you see? They found a way to finally beat Brian Wilson a second time, and that doesn't take anything away from that game.
No.
I mean, yeah, there's so much traffic out in front. Can't blame the goaltender for that one. These are two teams going at it right now. but we've played 60 minutes. We're going to play a few more. What are your thoughts after regulation?
Well, again, it was going to be a dirty goal that was going to do it. One thing I love, they clogged the middle when they had to. I wanted more pressure from the outside. Why? White was there. He had an opportunity. Colton had an opportunity to get the puck out, far out from 65 feet to dump it on in. That's what eventually happened. The puck went outside beyond the circles. It came in. There was traffic in front. Wilson's going to do what he's going to do instinctually, dive in front. And then you have a guy who can move his feet in Ross Bartlett, picks it up, beats Wilson, gets a big goal. A dirty goal is going to do it. Now, the funny thing, last weekend here against Port Huron, they did win in overtime. The Rockers won in overtime, but there was a little controversy. They said that the net was off the moorings before the goal went in. Well, it's just going to be interesting to see how this overtime happens.
It's been so good. I hope it doesn't end in any controversial fashion. Let's recap how we got here. In the second period, 6:30 in, Brendan Dowler for Danbury scored on the power play, assisted by Evan Lugo, made it 1-0. But 14 seconds later, Scott Koch gets the turnover at the blue line. He buries it top stick side to make it 1-1, assisted by Bartlett and Clouston. And then in the third, Johnny Ruiz tips a puck near the crossbar, gets it by Babin to make it 2-1. It would stay that way to the 19-19 mark of the third period. And as you just saw, Ross Bartlett with the tip-in tying goal. And we have 5 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey. Ryder, along with White and Koch, out for Motor City. Kuznetsov, Abdullah, and Sheehan out for Danbury. Wide open ice. 5 minutes of overtime. No one scores. We go to a shootout. Long stretch pass, and Sheehan blew a tire. Otherwise, he has a grade A opportunity to end this game.
Yeah, he has a nice stroll down center ice for a goal. If he doesn't blow a tire there, he's, sometimes you got to get a little puck luck. Sometimes you got to get a little ice luck, and we got a little home ice there. Yeah, he would have had an easy walk down for that goal. Wide open.
Offensive zone draw. Controlled by Motor City. Makima up to Colton. Far side Bartlett. He's the man who tied it. Takes it back in the neutral zone. Again, wide open ice. A lot more lanes to attack. Slow pass misses Colton. That's a tough turnover. Bartlett throws a hit. Danbury wants a penalty to no avail.
Yeah, they want interference. They're not going to get the call, though.
Makima into the offensive zone. Far side. Colton. Cross. It's knocked away. Good defense once again. Danbury rushing to get an odd man rush. They could not. Colton pressuring Abdullah. To Ruiz. 3:54 to go in the extra period. Left side, Ruiz fires. Saved by Babin. Still alive. Bartlett throwing around with Ruiz. Again, hey, Ben, whistles go away in overtime. It's going to take a lot to get a man advantage.
Yes, it will.
Far side.
Oh, what an effort by Colton.
Going the other way, Conway. He's got a step at the blue line. Picks up the puck, right wing circle, fires off the shoulder of Wilson. We play on. 3:27 to go in the overtime period. 2-2 our score. As we did have a Motor City Rocker player head to the bench. Couldn't tell exact. I believe that was Ross Bartlett. So we hope to see him return. He had to slowly work his way off the ice. Defensive zone win by Danbury. Dowler in his own zone. And he's back for Bonnell. Bonnell searching down ice, takes it into the Rockers zone. Pass across, too strong. Rockers, other way. Over the blue line, Koch. Searching for somewhere to send the puck. Koch leaves for Ryder. Ryder in the left wing, hash marks near the boards, under 3 minutes to go in the extra frame. Near the boards, both sides jockeying for position. Suffredini in the corner. Tries to get to Koch. Koch blindly fires, patted away by Wilson. Another save to his ledger. Koch in the corner again, knocked down to his knees. We get a line change from both sides. Far side, Tristan Mock Halfway through the overtime period, still 2-2. In the neutral zone. On the far side, Mock. Mock leaves again for Paralion. And Mock trying to figure out somewhere to send the puck, cannot. Paralion, the far side, deep, Contrado, and a penalty coming up for Danbury on Motor City, a power play for Danbury, tripping the call. And 95% of the rest of this overtime period, barring another penalty, will be 4-on-3 for Danbury.
Yeah, Makima's going to be the one drew the tripping call, and we saw a lot, get not called, but that one was blatant. That's the right call. It's just unfortunate it happened.
Trying to poke the puck away. Took him down instead. And now, Motor City again in survival mode. They killed a couple big penalties near the end of regulation that eventually led to the game-tying goal. 4-on-3. Kuznetsov at the point, walks it up, shot blocked, chipped out. Getting in front of it, Lambden, Colton the one, sending it down back to the Danbury end. 1:40 to go in the penalty kill for Motor City. On the left side, Kuznetsov back to the point, Ruiz over to Gonzalez, back to Ruiz, one-timer wide right. On the near hash marks, back to Ruiz, taking his time for Gonzalez, shot again, misses the mark. Tactical is this Danbury power play, taking its time, pass, no one home. Waiting for that first or that next clear from Motor City. One-timer, bar down, game over.
And of course, who was it? Ruiz.
Johnny Ruiz finishes the one-timer, and a great one-time goal to end it. Beat Trevor Babin high and right, and that's how this game will end. Danbury gets the win in overtime, 3-2 on the power play goal. Ben, some final thoughts.
Well, you were playing with a razor's edge. You took some bad penalties. Obviously, you don't want to have a penalty late in an overtime period. Sometimes it's unavoidable. You're trying to make a poke check. But the one thing, a positive, Motor City was down 19 minutes in the third period, found a way, clawed, scratched, to find a way to send it into overtime. You're going to take that into tomorrow and see if you can still earn a split. Granted, you don't like how you got there, but still taking a point after you were down for 19 minutes, roughly 19 minutes, not necessarily a bad thing.
The game does end on the Custer Law penalty kill. For all your legal needs around the Metro Detroit area, including getting out of the penalty box, visit custerlaw.com. Motor City falls to 6-3-2 on the season. Danbury improves to 8-0-1. Johnny Ruiz with a pair of goals, but Ben, have to commend both goalies. Played excellent tonight. Final shot totals for each side. Danbury 50 shots on goal, so 47 saves for Trevor Babin. Brian Wilson 31 saves on 33 shots. I thought both goalies played fantastic. Frankly, probably the best two players on the ice tonight, maybe outside of Ruiz.
Yeah, and again, these two goaltenders, we talked about it all night. They're exceptional talents. They can play at any professional level. They showed why here tonight. It took a lot to beat them. It took a sharp one-timer by Ruiz. It took a deflection by Ruiz as well, to get the 2-1 lead. So, it comes with the territory. But one thing that I would have liked to see it's hard when it's 4-on-3. Don't get me wrong, it's hard. But Ruiz is on the ice. He's a top point getter. He's in record books for, Danbury. You have to find a way to take him out of a play. Now, granted, to Ruiz's credit, found a way to still make an impact. Knew that, had to find a way to make an impact. He was able to do it. But you have to expect he's going to be getting that pass, right? You have to expect that. You have to find a way to maybe shade him out and play a little bit better up top. But Ruiz played well. Again, good goaltenders played well. Took a lot to beat him. tomorrow night's just going to be fun. If you're not here tonight, stop by tomorrow. It's going to be more of this with a little more extra because you want to make sure you can get a split.
Yep, remind you that tomorrow it's Danbury hat tricks for round 2 of this road trip for Danbury. That puck will drop at 7 o'clock tomorrow between the Danbury hat tricks and your Motor City Rockers. Catch all the action right here on the Motor City Rockers YouTube page, and that'll do it tonight. Again, Johnny Ruiz with 2 goals and a beauty to end it. 3-2 win for Danbury in overtime to improve to 8-0-1 on the year. For myself, Brady Beaton, for my partner Ben Zalagi, it's a heck of a game. I'm glad you joined us for even extra hockey.
And good job by you today.
Thank you. You as well. Ben, it was a fun game to call, and hopefully the Rockers are on the right side of it next week. But again, tip your hat to the Danbury hat tricks. No pun intended, but they play very sound hockey. Again, I'll sign off one more time from Big Boy Arena here in Fraser, Michigan. Thank you for watching Motor City Rockers hockey here on the Motor City Rockers YouTube page.